know watch that France Paraguay ball.
Well, I don't watch them. I watch them now.
You watch am, abi?
That
I
Harapudo.
was in the group. I did group now. We talk. We did just for group now.
Okay.
Uh,
Um, they can't. That referee can't ref any other game,
why?
Who's
Because
the ref?
He allowed Paraguay's nonsense, I think.
bro. The guy they didn't receive a yellow card,
At all.
and
Which
France got
was
three yellow
remarkable.
cards.
Mm-hmm.
Like how was that possible?
The guy was just allowing nonsense. And Paraguay, they knew they couldn't compete in the game. They knew they couldn't compete, so they just came to fight. It was just rubbish, to be very
From
honest.
Did
from the
you
st- from the start of the game, they already
Yes,
had that
now.
mentality.
Yeah,
did you see
they
the
knew.
coach's statement?
Yes.
He said he told his boys that you are fighting against future Ballon d'Or winners, so you have to dig deep. That's the only thing
Yeah.
they could do, really, bro.
They wanted to take the same strategy they did with Germany, right?
Yeah.
Frustrate these boys,
Mhm.
frustrate these young boys, with this your style of play. We're just going to bring brute force, you understand, into the game. And I think they did it to Germany, right? If you watch that game again, you see Musiala looking at the referee all the time when he was being pushed down, or Florian Wirtz.
No,
And
Musiala suffered this World Cup. Okay, put it
you
that
heard
way.
what the Paraguayan coach said. He said these are players that don't know who their father who
There
their
is now.
father
Yes,
was.
now.
You know. But France, I think they had watched the Germany match and they were very much ready to deal with these guys. And Mbappe was, more than up to the task. You saw how he was
Y-
immediately trolling them on the pitch, laughing. He made, and
Yeah,
in his post game statement, he also mentioned it that he expected them to play like this, and if it requires them to also put their hand in shit, they can do it.
yeah, they'll
Basically,
do
meaning
it.
that we can get as dirty as you guys,
Mm.
and I think it was a very good test for France, which I predict will win the World Cup. I don't think any team can beat them, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was a good test for them to really push them to see how well they can play because three straight wins in the group game. I believe this was their round of 32 or round of 16. Sorry,
Round
this
of
was their round of 16. They had
it's
played
round of
Sweden
16.
in the round of 32. So four straight wins, but there was not any match that was heavily contested apart from, I would say, maybe the Senegal game. And because the Norway game, they played their second team. Norway played their second team and everything. So it was a good way to test them. And I feel like against Morocco, it's going to be a heavily contested match. But France is just like maybe one or two levels higher than Morocco, especially because Morocco
Mm.
also, Saibari might not make the game because he got injured.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a good one. I've been enjoying the World Cup. How about you guys?
I mean, I love the World Cup where it is right now. It's been great. Good knockout. Knockout football is, the big boys at the end of the day, and we've clearly seen that a particular continent that had nine, they're celebrating nine countries that qualified from the group stages. They've seen the levels now. It's not just by numbers anymore. Now it's time to back up those numbers that FIFA gave you, and we've clearly seen the countries that are serious in football development. Yeah.
Agreed.
But
Agreed.
agreed,
Steve.
Kenny. We have two African teams in the quarterfinals, right?
Are they
Yes.
Africans? Do they call themselves Africans? Have they
It
told
does
you?
not matter.
Has Mohamed
I'm not
Salah
ready
told you that
for.
I'm an African? I'm only joking.
Yes,
But yeah,
they are Africans.
but
We have two
the two countries,
Africans.
yeah, but the two countries, like I said, especially
We can also count more than we can also count up to or even more than four European countries that were bounced from the round of 16.
oh yes, that one is just
I
So
think
bro.
you're conflicting it, Steve.
yeah,
Egypt and Morocco have now made it.
to the round
Morocco
of
has
16.
made
I'm
it to the
sorry,
round of
to the
six.
round of 16. Yeah,
Yeah,
So no, Morocco has even made it to quarterfinals, but Egypt made it to the
yeah,
round of 16.
no, 16.
true.
No, but Egypt has qualified too now.
To the
No, they've
round
not.
of they
They've
go ahead.
yeah, they just have
They've played
qualified.
now.
No,
They
they've played
played
They
now.
played
now.
they played the round of 32 to the
They
round of
played the round of
16.
32.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, okay,
yeah,
okay, okay, yeah.
The round of
But
just
like
16 just started yesterday. Morocco
yesterday. It
the
started yesterday.
Canada and
Yeah,
this new World Cup format is taking you. Me, I already thought people in quarterfinals until I had to go and do research and I said, oh, there's a new layer of games. I'm like, bro, come on. If our
yeah.
team know.
yeah.
Yeah, but
So
like I highlighted, if you take football development seriously, you see the benefits when you're playing football at the end of the day. So everything Morocco is doing, maybe an extension Egypt is not surprising at the end of the day. It is what it is.
You're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. I've been
You
enjoying the
people,
World Cup.
you people are raving about Morocco now, right? But you supported Senegal after they disrupted the final of a major tournament,
Steve, different
right?
tournament, different agendas.
It's not different tournaments.
different agendas.
It's not different. I've been vindicated,
For
right?
what? For
Yes,
towards
now you
matching.
got everybody in the group, all of you guys took the Senegal side after they disrupted the major final and walked out irresponsibly. Do you get? They walked out of a major final,
Let's unpack
bringing a
that.
major disrupt.
Why
Let's
are you
unpack
unpacking
that.
it?
to a
They are
game.
the winners.
Huh?
Is in their back. The
They're not the
trophies in their
winners.
barracks.
They're not the
The trophies in
winners.
their barracks.
Morocco
Guys.
is the winner. Morocco is the African champion.
Guys,
Okay.
let's unpack it. Why did Senegal disrupt that game, Steve?
Because they felt the officiating was unfair to them.
Okay, great answer. They felt. Was the officiating fair or not, Steve?
It was fair.
The officiating of that game was fair.
Yes, now it was a penalty now. I don't understand.
Before the penalty, was the Senegal goal a goal or not?
Which Senegal go?
Oh, you don't know that
I
Senegal
can't
scored a
remember.
goal?
Why
This
did they
is
cancel
what
it?
started the whole thing. Senegal scored a very valid goal. The referee
Mhm.
disallowed the goal, unfairly disallowed the goal, and then a few minutes later, Senegal
Gave a
conceded.
penalty.
They considered a penalty, and that is what sparked the outrage. Right?
It's still
that
it's still not
hold-
it's still irresponsible.
yeah. Do you agree that in that tournament, Morocco was being patronized by the officiating? Are you aware?
I don't have anything to prove it.
Are you also aware that even the media team, the official media team covering that was responsible for the coverage of the matches were also unfair?
I don't have anything to prove. Do you have anything to tentatively prove this thing that you're talking about? If you go to court now,
There are articles, there's
Mhm.
reports, there are reports documenting this whole thing. Bro, at
Reports
some
from who?
point, no, it's there. And I can
Okay.
compile all these things and look for it. I can't do it on the podcast now. Do you know at some point the media coverage of that final, when a Moroccan player trips up a Senegalese player and it was meant to be a free kick or something, the media coverage team would not even play the replay. Were you aware? These
No, I
things were
wasn't
going
aware.
on.
No.
Okay, good. At some point, all these things, the game against Cameroon, the game against Nigeria, the game against Senegal, all
Yes.
three referees were biased towards Morocco.
Morocco
From the calls.
were far better than Nigeria in the semi-finals.
I'm not saying that they were not better. I'm saying the referee was biased towards, in terms of the calls, the Senegal game was the tip of it. Now, let's go into what was happening in the stadium on that day. You had the ball boys who were Moroccan trying to disrupt what? Trying to disrupt the Senegalese goalkeeper. What's his name? Mendy. They were literally disrupting him, stealing his towel. You have the star of Morocco today, Saibari, who was largely responsible for going to disrupt the Senegalese goalkeeper and was not
Which they did against
cautioned.
Nigeria too. Yeah.
Of course, they did it against Nigeria, and in Nwabali. Was not cautioned, not only not cautioned, but was encouraged by security officials when Senegalese players wanted to go and stop what was going on. There's footage of this all over the internet. Check YouTube.
Clearly, Morocco was not a good host. Clearly.
It was so bad that they punished Saibari, yes or no? You can't remember, Steve?
No, I can't remember.
They punished him. And then Morocco took it to court. They did what they did after the game, and then they announced that Morocco had won the tournament. Never been done before. After the what? After they blow the whistle of 90, the game is the game.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Two things can be correct. Morocco has actively, immensely contributed to the development of football in Africa.
Yes.
They now
That's
think just because they've done that, it is their birthright to win every tournament. by
We
hook
saw
or
it
crook.
at WAFCON too now. Where
Yes,
the
now
best player ended up being a Moroccan, despite
despite
the champion.
the champions winning and having the best game. So there's an agenda between CAF and Morocco, and if you cannot admit that, then you are lying to yourself.
These things cannot be proven tentatively. That's just all I know. Morocco has been the best
If it
African
cannot be,
footballing
if you
side
can,
in Africa in the last 4 years.
we
They
cannot.
should
We
wait
are
till
not
90
arguing
minutes.
that, Steve. We're
should
They
not
were
wait till
arguing
90
that.
excellent. They were excellent
All these
hosts.
things, no,
everyone
Steve.
went
All
to
these things you are
Morocco.
saying, no, I've not argued any of these things you are
Okay.
saying. All these things you are saying, nobody's arguing it. What we
The
are saying is that
the
CAF and
penalty that
Morocco,
Senegal
CAF
considered
and Morocco
against
have colluded to do what they want to do,
the
and
penalty,
they've been encouraged to do it. And if
the
you
penalty,
and if you cannot admit that, then you're lying to yourself because
the
it's there.
penalty, the penalty against Belgium was also a little bit contentious. Why didn't they walk out of the game?
Because they know
I
they
have not come.
conspiracy.
You have not come to do what, Osagie?
I've not come to say every game that is contentious. I'm not saying what Senegal did is responsible. I mean, is a responsible thing to do. Is it responsible? But what did he do? Personally, I'll say he did what? He brought light to the cheating that was going on that day. Because if they didn't do that
it was a
thing,
reaction.
yes, if they didn't do that thing, everything would have just gone on. People would have won what they wanted to win. We've seen countries do it now. Are you going to tell me FIFA did not encourage Argentina to win the 2022 World Cup? They did now. Do you know how many penalty calls they gave Messi that was not a penalty? Messi literally should have received a red card against Netherlands. He handled the ball still in play. The referee overlooked it. Are they not still doing it again against Cape Verde when Vosinha was still arranging his wall? Messi looked at the referee and told him he wants to take the penalty, and the referee allowed him. And do you understand?
We can make
is that still not happening?
We can make a case for every winners of major tournaments having favorable calls. We can have that line of arguments. It's part of the luck that you get as winners. So,
following his initial ban and $100,000 fine by the Confederation of African Football, Ismail Salbari, for his role in the post-match towel incident during the AFCON final, his penalty was officially reduced in March to a 2-match ban with one conditional, and his fine was waived. This is when Morocco went and told CAF, with all the things that we have done, if you people do not do what, give us that trophy, if you people do not reduce this, what did CAF do? They buckled. You are trying to make it look like CAF and FIFA are not the most corrupt organizations in the world. Blah. We know all these things now. And if it's okay to play the villain in this conversation, which is fine. But you want to tell me that Steve does not know what he's doing? We all know what we are doing now.
CAF.
You understand? It's good. But it's good to have this back and forth on the podcast. Because if we end the podcast now, if I call Steve go laugh, we go talk another thing. Which is okay. Do you understand? But we will not admit that, this is... Don't let me even pull my conspiracy hat and go to France 98 and what happened to Ronaldo.
That was voodoo. I can tell you that one for sure.
And what happened to Ronaldo in the final of but
your own is Ayo's own is voodoo. Osage's own is FIFA colluding with the host, right? That's what you want to claim.
You want to tell me that
so FIFA
Infantino
FIFA purposely poisoned the best one of the best players in the world.
I did not say that. You are the one saying
I didn't say FIFA. I didn't say FIFA.
But for Sepp Blatter to look at Infantino and say Infantino is an evil person, Sepp Blatter, Sepp Blatter that is evil.
Sepp Blatter is a Nigerian politician by the way he moves.
Sepp Blatter see Infantino, he fear God.
I think that's when people should have known that this Infantino guy, he might not be the one.
Life is life. Make we live and at the end of the day, just play fantastic football to the point where you cannot be cheated. Play fantastic football to the point where you cannot be cheated, But round of applause to the African teams again. I think they've done very well.
There's only one African team that I want to applaud. There's only one because what they did on Friday, bro.
Yeah. Cape Verde was amazing.
Bar for bar
was amazing. Yeah. If they were amazing, Bro, we're seeing footage of FIFA officials celebrating when Argentina score. That's the power of social media that it has given us. Before, we would not see all these things. Bro, Cape Verde
As,
scored
org-
that
as,
second goal. Infantino dropped his head. Like
My
as,
it,
organi-
God.
as organizers, you'll be biased towards
of course, getting the
the
superstars to the final now. That is
Of
exactly you'll be
course.
obvious
biased
now.
Of
towards the
course.
agenda that will benefit the competition and
Yeah.
the organization as a whole.
Is that
For
a
me as a
corrupt?
viewer,
Is
Messi,
that a corrupt thing? Yes, and it's okay.
if
It's corrupt. That is
if they are if
corrupt
they if
because
they are blatant if they
it's
are
not fair.
blatantly if they are not blatantly acting on it on the pitch, I don't have a problem with it. Anybody within FIFA can have their own personal biases. It's fine. Messi being in this tournament in America where he plays is good for the competition. It's good for the tournament. As long
What
as
I'm
they keep
saying
giving
is
us
that
good
if you now
games.
tell me in your rule books that all you are built on fairness, do you understand? Don't contradict yourself. That's my own. Don't contradict. Nothing is built on fairness. If you say, "Oh, FIFA is built on fairness, respect, and this and that," it is not, and it's okay. You know, if agenda is agenda, I understand what you are saying. It would be nice to see Messi, Ronaldo, and the biggest boys, Mbappe, in the final.
Yeah.
This is what will get the most eyeballs. Who wants to see Cape Verde in the final? Who wants to see, Ivory Coast in the final? Nobody wants to see that. They want to
Nobody
see
seen
them
that
as a nice
daddy.
story. As a matter of fact, they want Cape Verde to do what they did, push the big boys to the limit, and then the big
It's
boys
the
win at the
limit,
end of the
yeah.
day.
Because it's a good
Yeah.
story for FIFA.
Thank you. Thank you.
But nobody say you can't win now. Nobody say you can't kick Messi out. So
It's not
probably they
possible now. It's not
at least make
possible.
Messi reach semi-final, I beg.
It's not possible now. In Qatar, they already told Infantino, whoever wins that thing and going to leave the cup, please tell the person to come and wear a garment.
You
Immediately,
you know
they
go
gave
wear.
Messi to wear it. Oh, yeah.
But that
Do you
one
think
clearly FIFA sold his soul for that World Cup. That one was clear as day.
FIFA sells his soul for every World Cup? They went and give. This is the same FIFA that went and gave Donald Trump a peace
Peace
prize.
about a peace
Do you,
prize.
do you understand? Is
The
that
same
is,
Donald Trump that is fucking them up with immigration now.
is that a credible organization that went and
Bro.
gave the president Donald Trump that is at war? I beg, I beg, I beg. I have no respect for all these guys. I can see them and
May they just host the World Cup. Just thank you.
but that I will now accord them respect or think they are fair or that they are not influencing officiating. It's not possible now, my brother. Make we live on like that. Anyways, man, we're here on another episode. What do we have? What do we have? What do we have? What's popping, guys? What's good? What's good?
We did. We're good. We're good.
Super, super, super. Are you guys ready to start the show?
Yes, I am.
First of all, let me just tell the crowd, you guys were 30 minutes late. Ayo, I know you have Sunday meeting. Steve, what's your excuse?
I
I
woke up
slept
late,
off. My phone
please.
was on silent.
Yeah.
So I didn't hear you. You called me. I didn't hear you. The alarm was ringing. I didn't hear it. So that's how I woke up late.
It's all good. It's all good. I know you're also waking up
Yeah.
very early in the morning. So yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I also love how we just brushed over the World Cup and didn't talk about the Netherlands at all. We can just move it.
Yeah,
We
who did they
already
even
have
lose
like
to?
we already have like conversation fatigue because that conversation has gone. That was like almost like a week ago, right?
Almost.
Yeah.
We
That
watched
was
so many games.
was it Monday?
It was like I believe Monday morning or Tuesday
Yeah,
morning.
because I've quickly moved on to the
we
next
watched
to my
so many
next
games, and I even
I've
forgot
quickly
about one.
moved on to my next agenda.
Which is
What's your agenda now?
You know now, Ayo.
what? I don't
The
know your
colonial
agenda.
masters must go home.
Please,
What?
excuse me.
England.
Of course.
I am on a very, very me. It is according to value. If you have light to your country, I support you. I don't care about any colonial master. Please. As a matter of fact, can they come back if they promise me light and road and electricity?
Ayo.
Yes.
Ayo.
no need to show
They
that.
never left.
No, me, I need more direct presence now. I don't want that inside the curtain. I want it said, please. I beg. I'm just watching football.
But
I know you get it.
the another point that I had was that the Paraguay France game,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It kind of gave me. I think it should give any sensible coach like a template on how to face the French.
Yeah, I thought about that
Especially
too.
if you have like a decent attack. But that's just the only talking point I have from that's the only talking point I have
Yeah,
from the round of 16 games. And Morocco not just having like a bro code, just coming and flogging a small nation of 40 million people, just flogging them 3-0. It does not make sense.
which one be small nation?
Stop
Canada.
at
Who's a small
2-0,
nation?
just stop at 2-0.
Round of
You
applause to
know,
Canada. Actually, before
fantastic hosts.
before the 2026 World Cup, they had not won a single game at
Yeah,
the World Cup.
Yeah,
So real props to them. I think the team and Jeshimash should be very much proud of themselves being
yeah.
able to leave the group, get into the round of 32 and the round of 16. It's huge. That's what
Mm-hmm.
5 games they played. They've never done that before. So I
Wonderful
hope they
run.
keep. I hope they keep Jeshimash.
yeah,
Canada is a very big hockey um,
Country.
nation.
Mm-hmm.
Hockey is like number one there. So, but I think with this World Cup, what this World Cup has done is that it sets something in motion. And in the next few, I would say in the next 3 tournaments, you will
Mm-hmm.
see Canada competing at a higher level. You're going to have more people move into the space of football than just hockey. Also, because hockey has also had a lot in Canada has also had a lot of controversial moments, a lot of corruption going there, and stuff has happened there. So it's going to be very nice. This was an eye opener, hosting the World Cup, seeing the potential of the World Cup, and football in the country. So you're going to have more. This is just like proof of concept, and I hope
Yeah.
they keep Jeshimash at least for another 4 years because what he's been able to do in the last how long has he been there? 2 years, you
I
know.
think so.
Mm.
Yeah. And even when
I just
he moves on from being the coach, I hope he can go upstairs into a more um
no, no,
managerial
no. He
position.
should just go. He should just go. He should go.
Oh,
He
you
should
don't
just
like
go.
Jeshimash?
Of course, you don't know. I have just the match agenda from the Premier League.
No, I like
From his
Jeshimash.
days in the Premier League, I don't like him.
I like him.
I think
I like
he's
him.
a
He's done.
grifter.
No, he's done the best he's
Okay.
done for Canada. You can't call him a grifter. He's giving
I don't
Canada his
think
best results.
I don't think it's the best results. I think
Until another
Canada.
person comes, you can't say anything about Jesse Marsh right now. He took
There's
you
nothing.
guys to the round of 16.
Is if you put it that way, round
Okay,
of 32, it's round of
round
16.
of
Yeah.
16. You guys
If you
beat
put
you guys
if you
beat
put it
somebody in
that
the
way,
round of 32 now. He
if you
played
put it
five
that way,
games.
you beat
Hey,
South Africa. If you
he
put it
beat
that
South
way,
Africa.
I didn't see a lot of I didn't see the team being I didn't see I didn't see coaching as an aspect that lifted the team beyond its own potential.
My brother, have you seen the caliber of players in that team?
They have some players.
And
I'll
Alfonso
forgive them
Davis
because of the
Alfonso Davis was
injury
also
to
not available. Then
Davis
Kone.
and the Kone injury too.
So he's playing
That's
short
happened.
two in a team like
Yeah.
that needs that when you take out one player, it changes the story, right? Take out Bruno Fernandes in the whole of the Man United squad. It changes the direction and the what the team can do. And then you took out the Kone guy and Alfonso Davis. Bro, Alfonso Davis got on the pitch. The whole game changed against that South Africa immediately.
Yeah.
So you got
It-
to give it to him. So far, so good. So far, so good.
yeah,
Give it.
hopefully, but I don't think a country can develop without like a league of its own. Canada does not have like a football league of its own. They
If,
play the MLS, and although I
I,
know it's like I don't know, man. I just feel that there's a lot of work to be done to
in sports,
improve
in
like
terms of like football
in
development
terms
in
of
the
football
country.
development to do what I know like after USA 94 the US like took another approach to football which kind of like helped
USA
Yeah.
them. You saw it
94 is
in the
what
World
gave birth
Cup.
to the MLS.
It's what gave back to the MLS,
Yeah.
So yeah, I just wish like something can happen like that in Canada. We have our own league here instead of just playing with the MLS, like 2 or 3 teams in the MLS. I don't think that is enough to properly platform the sports in the country. Do you get?
You're 100% right. And I think
Yeah.
what this tournament has done is that it will now lead to that. People who weren't convinced
Yep.
enough before will now be
Yeah.
convinced.
Yeah.
I also
Yeah.
think,
Yeah.
the development of the league, not only is it for you to then be able to recruit players from that league. Usually, what happens is that, and this is why sports development is very important in the youth, is that you have a 12-year-old, a 14-year-old, then gets signed to the Premier League, gets signed to
Yeah.
the Championship, but
Yeah.
has been developed in a
In
sophisticated
the system.
for 12
Academy.
years, can
Yeah.
go and develop there in another 5 years, come back and represent his country.
Yes.
But if that kid has not trained for 12 years in Canada, he cannot be recruited into the academy team
Into
anyway.
the academy. Yes.
Yeah.
So that's why, I don't want to bring it back to Nigeria, but foundations are important.
Very important. Yeah.
Once you have foundations, you can export that thing, get trained. Is that not what Morocco is doing? Half of those boys, they all play in France and Netherlands now. That Moroccan team.
Yeah.
They are not, they don't live in Morocco. Most of them. If you know how, the diaspora.
Only one of them was born in Morocco.
If you know how the Moroccan
the
diaspora
outside.
is, those
It's
boys,
very close to Spain now.
those boys are either playing in Germany, Spain, France, or Netherlands. They were born in those 4 countries because
Only one Moroccan player was born in Morocco.
Shout out to them.
Yeah.
The good thing for Canada is that Canada has the raw materials now. Expect one day Canada will feed an all 11 team, black 11 team, and they all be Nigerians. So they have the raw materials.
My brother, I saw a Canadian player yesterday on the back of his shirt is Oluwaseyi.
Yeah.
I don't think it works like that. Immigration alone.
If they add
Immigration
the
alone will not
other,
help.
if they add the
France
other
will not
factors,
France will not be this hub if they don't have,
La Have. I know.
Fontaine, for example.
Yeah,
It
so
goes hand in hand.
It goes
goes
hand
hand
in
in
They
hand.
have their own league. This World Cup has France has the highest number of players born in the country in this World Cup than any other country.
France.
Have you guys seen it?
Yeah,
France is the master
stats.
plan. Yeah, France is
Yep.
the master plan. They have the master plan. They got it together.
Yeah.
Even though there are some conservatives in that country that are saying, "Oh, this is not a first
Of
thing."
course. Yeah.
Even
You can see why
Chilavet.
they'll say that.
Chilavet
Chilavet said some rubbish. Some
bloated
nonsense.
Paraguayan keeper.
Yeah.
Say,
Some
what did he say?
nonsense.
What did
He
he
said
say?
when we played France in '98, we played against the real France, but now the France now is an African team.
Yep.
And I'm like, bro,
You know
wasn't
what I'm
Hori in
gonna
that
do?
squad? Wasn't Zidane in that
I
squad?
actually wanted to go and pull out the 11 that faced him because half of that French team
Half
were
of
black.
that team too. Black
Desailly.
players too.
They say all of them were not black.
You understand? They
I
were
don't get
they
it.
were black from Thuram to
Thuram still
Zidane. Zidane is Algerian to Anyways, man, leave all those guys in their feelings. Let's start the show. Let's leave the World Cup and start the show. Are you guys ready for the show?
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's start what we have come into the room to do.
You are now listening to Loose Talk.
You're now listening to Loose Talk.
Tell me nice, just behave. Don't be every time we gonna be fighting all day. Don't be lie, I done the craze. But your mother did tell you to be talking all day. We are two opposing sides of the sun. You are the one is done if you leave.
Loose Talk.
Oh, just look at me, man. Just look at me. Anyways, you are now
After a
listening.
decade in podcasting.
Nice one. 1-0. Hot shot.
Let's go. Let's go.
Oh my God. Anyways, you're now listening to another episode of your favorite podcast, Loose Talk. I am Osagie Alonga, a decade in podcasting. I still can't find the mute button or the unmute button. I have with me my fellow unmuter, Steve Lede, who we beg on the podcast every single damn episode to unmute himself before he talks. Yes, he's the lead researcher as well. As usual, results might vary. And of course, I have with me the number one pop culture savant, Mr.
Savant.
Ayomide Tayo. You can find him in bro, I've been hearing you've been in very, very, very obscure places, Ayo.
Which obscure
yeah,
places?
Yeah, I've been
Where?
hearing, I don't know, I've been hearing stuff.
Your
you know.
sources are lying to you.
Okay. All right.
This is
Until they start
this is
giving us-
the third week running the third consecutive week that Osagie has mentioned this thing, has accused you of being in some places. So to support or to dispute that claim, I'm going to send out some
mini lead researchers.
I'm going to send out some guys around town just to
Please.
investigate.
Just ensure that a certain
just to
dreadlock,
investigate a little. Yeah.
a certain dreadlock Gen Z wannabe is not part of the investigators, because results will be skewed in your favor.
Anyways, man, we just listened to African, her single "Give Me Love" off her debut project For Me This Time. I stumbled on this project as part of new releases. It just dropped on June 26th. So new releases. I love the album cover. This is what really pulls me. And that's why I say people need to focus on their album covers, right? There's so much music out there. So usually I go on Apple Music when I'm looking for like new projects, right? Because Apple Music has a section where you can just see like the album cover, new projects that have dropped. Spotify is very different. Spotify is like more single and songs focused. But Apple Music has like the projects, right? So I'm just adding new stuff, adding new stuff. And I see this project, right? I'm like, okay, let me see. African, I like the name, And I play the EP or the album. Bro, it's one of the best things I've heard this year. One of the best things I've heard this year. His project is fantastic. This amazing human being is a fantastic singer. The writing is on point. The singing is on point. This song specifically, she reminds me of Waji. This song, I don't know if she gave you that vibe, guys, but just by listening to this record, it's amazing. I'm also listening to it and saying it gives me that 2010, 2011 vibe of the Nigerian artist in diaspora trying to do Nigerian music. It gave me that vibe as well. So going to our Instagram page this morning, I was looking for some details and I saw, I don't think she's based in Nigeria. I'm not sure,
She's not. I can say that she's Yankee based.
Is it Yankee or Canada? One of the two. And she's being managed by Ayomide Taj, who I think is doing an incredible job with, in the music space now. So shout out to him.
Ayomide who?
Ayomide Taj.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, you guys should check out the project. It's called For Me This Time. It's amazing. The writing, everything. It's dope. This is the first single. This came out last year. Actually, this song came out last year and I've never heard it till I listened to the project.
Too many songs.
That's why I always tell artists, like, projects are very important. Try to mark and timestamp your career with projects and not just singles. And don't be afraid. One thing I think in the last few years, one thing that happened to like Nigerian music is that Nigerian musicians became less brave. They were always over timing things, always thinking, oh, if I have to drop a project, it has to be grand. Can we just go back to the days where you put out music because you could put out music? Can we go back to the days where you were just experimental? what also happened was we started to see less of people jumping on other people's music, to create the styles because you couldn't upload the record because they would take it
Oh no,
down,
the red tape and
DCMA,
all that shit.
DMCA, and all that, all of that red tape and all of that. But I just like when artists just, for the thrill of it, just put out music. So, guys, go and check out her stuff. This is free. Nobody has paid me to say anything. I just, when I like good music, I like good music. Also, since we're just talking in the music space, guys, Madonna dropped a new project. Madonna dropped a new project. And if
Yes,
you know
so
me well, you know I am a very big Madonna fan. Like one of my best albums is Bedtime Stories, Madonna 995, because it's very hip hop inclined. But I love all of Madonna's. I've grown up like if you grew up like listening to Michael Jackson like I did, you grew up listening to Madonna. These are the people that define what they call, what they call pop music today, that the Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera's, and everybody went to do. It was Michael Jackson
yeah,
and Madonna that defined that sound
yeah, they
and
did.
moved it from, what the 80s definition of Madonna was, of pop was, like the Donna Summer and co, right? And they moved it
Yeah,
into a new sound. Bro, this album is called, this is Confessions 2. That's the name of the album, right? So it's like, it's the follow up to her first, I think, the Confessions album. Just give it to Madonna all day every day. She knows how to make a good record. There's a record
she's
with
an OG
Sabrina
now.
Carpenter on this album. Clearly finishes it, man. Can we just quickly listen to that record, guys? Are you in for it?
Oh, yeah, no, yeah,
Even the way the album, I'm just looking for the album, guys. The way the album starts.
it's a dance album in case anybody doesn't know. So it hardly even stops. It just flows from one track to another.
Oh, Ayo, you went and listened to it.
I thought I was listening to it now.
Oh, dope. Dope. Bruv. The album just starts like this.
Thanks for coming. Sometimes I like to just hide in the shadows. Create a new persona, a different identity. I can be whoever I want to be. Create a new persona. Honestly, I wish I could be like other people and just not care. But out here, on the dance floor, I feel so free.
Oh, by the way, it all started like this. So how's your evening so far?
Don't be a barbecue. Come on, meet me on the dance floor. Come here, baby, I can give you much more tonight. Oh, baby, let's do it right. It's really hard for me to trust people. Can you blame me? I never know what people like me. That's why I like to go dancing. Safety in numbers. That's why I like to go dancing. Safety in numbers. Safety in numbers. Come on, meet me on the dance floor.
Wow, it's a bedroom. It's a bedroom. And the album just goes on like that, like that. It goes into the next track, bro.
Madonna.
Everybody, how they always say, a Chrysler thinks it's a Bentley until the Bentley shows up,
Bentley
right?
shows up,
All
man.
these pop chicks are doing their thing. Then, this woman comes and it's a shutdown because she's been doing this since the 80s. And she
Definitely.
does it well. She does it well. Like
But
Madonna
it's,
is.
it's Is this album going to chart or something, like do well on the charts? Like, is it heavily marketed by the label, or is it just something she's doing independently?
And this
And
was
it's a label
released,
album. It's a major.
this was released
It's a
under
major.
Warner Records, so they want to sell it, so
Yeah.
they're going to push it like that. But like, it's a good question. Like, how much? Because again, music is very youth oriented, right? At
Yeah,
least the
youth
conversations are how you push it. But this is going to be in the clubs. This is going to be everywhere. But like, how many young people are going to like rock with this? That's a good question. I don't know. I guess that's why she has like a Sabrina Carpenter on one of the songs, which was also which was also a jam. You know, I don't want to bore you guys and play everything. Now,
Is
but
that the reason why she put Kopama inside the toilet? Yeah, she has a video. She has a music video with Kopama and somebody else from Chelsea.
I think Yao Pedro, right?
Yeah, we're inside the gay toilet. I'm like, bro, if you can't make it to the World Cup, hey, at least be in the Madonna video.
Yeah, it's also part of it, but it's great PR. It's great PR for Cole Palmer. It's great.
Yes,
PR for
yes,
this
it
guy.
is. Yeah, it is for him, definitely.
Maybe if she has time, she can also get Victor Osimhen and all his chains. You know, in one
No,
of the
Victor
videos.
Osimhen is Afrobeats. He was been portable.
Actually, I'm also surprised that the Victor Osimhen has not even been included in like a pop artist, music video yet.
He has now. This guy, what's his name? The comedian singer, what's his name?
Nas Boy.
Nas Boy. Yeah,
Nas
he's done
Boy,
something with
yeah,
Nas Boy. Yeah, he's doing a video with Nas Boy.
Because I was like,
but
that's long
Osagie was thinking more like mainstream.
Big Three, Abby.
Yeah,
more
like a big three,
Big 10 or something. Big 10 at least.
First 10.
Well, I mean,
First
if you're
10,
looking
first
at
10. There's no Big 10.
if you're referencing Nas Boy, you might just say Big 25.
No, I doubt. No, I doubt right now.
That's
I
what
don't
I'm
think
saying.
it's
He's not in the
25.
big. He's not in the Big 25. That's what I'm saying.
Nas Boy is not under any label, right? That's why he's not getting enough push, because I think he
He's
has one or two
independent.
records. He's independent.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, he had a few records that bumped.
He had a
tried his
few
best,
records
so-
that bomb, but not
yeah.
at the level that a label
He's expecting.
pushed
Yeah.
record. Yeah, would go. I'm
Yeah,
going
and the
back to
songs,
music.
and the
I
songs
think
were the songs were very
Okay.
good. By the way, the songs were nice.
Yeah, he's a good
Yeah,
singer.
yeah.
he's a
Although
good
they've
singer.
accused him of they accused him recently. They gave it a name recently, and I can't skip it. I can't think past it again. They said it's Airtel advert music.
Oh my god!
And since they said it, I
done.
couldn't look past it anymore.
ATM.
There was
music.
somebody they said about that recently too. I can't remember who it was. I think I said it on this pod or something. Say it makes music like MTN jingles. But like, if you think about it, oh man, now I can't look past it.
I can't look past it at all.
There's
No, I
sports-
think
there's
it
sports-
has
yeah,
something to do, because the kind of music he does is like the 2000 to the 2004
Early
to
2000s,
2006 Afrobeats. Yeah, so and
It's so much
we're not even calling it Afrobeats then. So
It's so much a Two-Face and Wandiko
a
star.
storyteller, a story
Yeah.
style, like
He likes to tell a
writing
story.
and stuff like that.
He likes telling
Yeah,
a story. the
he
songs,
needs
yeah.
he needs a producer. He needs a different producer to kind of, and that takes me back to, I think we've discussed it on this podcast, right? But that one of the things that is holding back, I'll say, like mainstream music. When I mean mainstream, I mean like Afrobeats, and it could go back to hip hop, right? One of the reasons why we can't even relate to a lot of hip hop, like today's hip hop, is also because of, I think the production is kind of like, I don't know, it's not good enough. Is that
plateaued.
a fair?
That's what's killing.
Is that
That's
a
what's
fair
killing. That's
assessment?
what's killing. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
just. It's not
Hip-hop-
even fair.
hip-hop
You are
universally,
right
yeah.
on the money.
Hip-hop
Hip hop or
universally.
universally, because
Yeah.
I was thinking about it. I went out today for a long activity. So I played 2 Jay-Z albums, and after the last album, after the Blueprint album, it then went into like that era of like hip hop, like 50 Cent, Game,
Yeah.
Kanye, and I thought of something when I was heading back home. I just took the playlist to like current hip hop. I started listening to a lot of Future, Pusha T, like a lot of the current guys, the Drakes and stuff like that. And a lot of the reason why Drake also stands out because of the production.
40. Yeah.
Yeah, it's because of the production. And I was thinking back at it. I'm like, who are the producers now? Like exceptional producers now, making like really fantastic like sounds. And I took it back to Afrobeat, and it was also clear that we also lacked. We also currently lack exceptional producers, and that's why there's kind of like a stall in the sound that we're listening to right now.
The greatest illusion in Afrobeats, right, as we call it from the 99 era, is
Bro,
that
Yeah,
let's
it's-
listen to
it's-
Nigerian pop music.
we think that the artist is the one that drives the sound. And
No, it's not.
they've never driven
No,
the
no.
sound.
They've never
That's
driven
all.
anything.
It has always been the producers.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's always been
They've driven the
producers.
melody, but the sound, nope, sorry.
So if you look
That's
at
producers.
and that's why people like a Brimo stands out uniquely,
Yeah.
because irrespective of the producer of course created it, but he as an artist stands out because the music and the writing and it's just exceptional. But if you look
Yeah.
at any great Afrobeat album, right, and we've talked about them, the Two-Face, the One, the Coles, whatever, you look at the production. And it's the
Production.
production and the A&R, and because the producer was also the A&R most times.
Yes.
I don't know how to say this without kind of like undermining someone's talent. But you can't find a producer right now that can make superstars out of a Dr. Seed level of talent. And
I
this is not a
understand what you're
shit to
saying.
Dr. Seed, because Dr. Seed is
Yeah,
a
I get what
fantastic
you're saying.
artist,
I get what
but
you're
he's
saying.
not a fantastic singer. He's not like a distinctive like singer or the Prince. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Make
100%.
superstars out of them, make classics
Out of
them.
out of average singers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like who's the producer that can do that right now?
Who is
Come on.
picking up like a 2007 version of Nice with that voice and making him into what
I'm
he is?
making him into a
Nah.
superstar.
Nah, it ain't happening, bro.
You're not looking
Yo,
at in 2020 whatever we are 26, right? You
Six.
look at the Nice with that voice of 2000. Anybody you're like, nah, man, this can't
Yeah.
work.
I can't make this work. Yeah.
And let me tell you
And-
what happened. Can I say what happened? And
What
you will say Osagie style is agenda.
I know that's
What
not
happened-
simulation, you want to say. It's fine.
No,
I know what happened too.
What happened was that they left the decision making. They took it out of the hands of the producers. The labels came with their structure, right? Brought in some guys who called themselves A&Rs, who had no business being A&Rs, and those guys started making the decisions. And with the use of technology and the rise of technology, they started leaving out the main crux of the matter, which is let's make this music fantastic. And then they started focusing on the creation of the music, which is
Yeah.
this is how we will market it. We will put
Roll
money in
out.
TikTok. We will do this. We'll use the influencers. We'll create a viral moment. It will go off. We can sell it. We can then go and get somebody on the remix of the record, blah, blah, blah. This thing used to be very, everything used to be compressed into one aspect, which is producer and artist. We make the music. The music is undeniably great. Producer will tell the artist, this is what you're going to do. This is what you're going to do. This is what you're going to do. This is how you're going to make it. And that's why you see that anytime an artist needed to do something, they ran to a new producer. They all ran to the producer because they knew the producer was the one that had the
foresight.
magic fingers.
Mhm.
So Timaya would go and Baba K Solo, let's do it together. And then K Solo would do whatever he had to do. And then then everybody will run to K Solo. Everybody will run to Sam Clef. Everybody will run to Terry G. Again, if you look at those outstanding albums, those albums we call outstanding, there was a prominent producer who was behind that album. Two-Face's first two albums, it was Jigga.
OJB. Jigga, man.
It was OJB that was there. In fact, it was co-writing.
Some
if
songs
you
were
look
his now.
If you look
Right
at that,
here is an
Dari
OJB song.
is a song. Same thing with Banky W. The first it was OJ, it was Cobams.
Yeah. Strong
Same thing with Dari.
Mhm.
So the way you look at it is the producers always had, but once they started taking it out of the hands of the producer and outsourcing it to some other guys who felt they could make the magic, that's what
Which
happened.
clearly they can't, because we've clearly
think
seen
my-
how A&Rs work. Sorry, we've clearly seen how A&Rs work in hip hop and how they've been able to elevate the culture. But somehow we've not gotten it right in Nigeria at the end of the day. And what Osagie said about the rollout, that is the problem. You're trying to sell the song, you're not selling the artist. And that's why an artist can have a song that's, hey, I have 500 million streams. When we walk down the road, nobody knows you. Because what you're selling was a digital product, not a career at the end of the day.
Yeah. Steve.
my theory in all of this is the talent, not talent discovery, the talent trajectory that we have here in Nigeria right now. Growing up in the 90s and the 2000s, the state of the country allowed you to play around what you are going to do in terms of how do I put it? Inorganic discovery, in terms like people on their own working towards something from their own corner, without any engineering, without any funding, then allowing themselves to form into what they will present to the world in terms of talent, especially music. The ID Kabasa was in his own corner doing his thing, same as OJB. They had the time to experiment because the economy was better, the state of the country was better. Right now, it's difficult for people to do that because they don't have the resources. Think about a young producer right now growing up in, I'll say, Ikotun, right? He doesn't even have money. He doesn't have lights. So he has to look for money for fuel. He has to buy solar. Look at what it would take to have the environment for self-discovery. It's very difficult. So I think that has impacted the flow of talents in different industries, both in education. We talked about career right now in terms of having the difficulty of hiring people, competent people for jobs in football. Football, I'm not sure it will happen in football because it doesn't require certain type of situations. You can just go outside and start playing football, although it will require proper nutrition and stuff like that. But I think in these other spheres, in these other sectors, that discovery of talent, that growth of talent will be affected because of the state of the country. Boys used to just go to the studio and play because at least there was lights. They could afford to buy fuel. Do you get? Now, fuel is 1,000, almost 1,000 naira. It's hard for somebody who's not generating a high income earner to just be funding something that's not paying off at the moment.
This thing you're saying, Steve, you're actually right. Because as you were mentioning these things, as somebody who was an artist before, actively working and collaborating with other artists and I spend all my day in studios. Yes. Do you know where most of these studios were? You know where they were situated? They were situated in, no, not even location. Okay. They were situated in shopping complexes.
Yes.
If you were going
to shopping complexes,
if you had a shopping complex with multiple stores, right? You always had
one of them was a studio.
You would just go. What usually used to happen was, depending on how big the artist, the producer was, or how much money he had to fund, they usually used to take two shops and knock it together. Yes. They will knock the two shops so you could access one from the other, right? One would be the waiting area. Stroke office, you have a table, there will be a young guy there or a young lady there who used to take in for bookings and all of that. And then you will have the main studio, because not everybody can sit in the studio. Is a studio, right? Because you're making music, and they used to pad the second office, which was the studio itself. Yes. So when you go, the door is padded, everything. You go in there, then you have the console, you have the booth and everything. So the first one was where people will sit down, we're either talking. If there's no job to do, we'll switch off the generator. We'll be gisting about music. Someone will have a Walkman. We'll be playing music. We'll just be gisting. And when, there's a client to record, they've gone to buy fuel, you switch on. I used to manage a studio like that in Aguda. Do you know I've been a studio manager? I been to that studio, and I believe, because that's where Terry the Rap Man made
I
most
think
of
I've been there.
his Boys Are Not Smiling album.
Yeah, the third album. Yeah.
I think that's his third album. That's his third album.
Yeah, that's his third album.
His third album. That's where E-Twins, the
I've been
producers.
I've been there.
Yeah, I was managing. The Josie.
Yeah.
It was the studio. So I met the Josie online. He was in Sweden. He came back. He had set up the studio and he was like, I need someone to manage it. Osagie, can you manage it? So I was in Aguda every day, managing the studio. So this thing Steve is saying, and this is And I've gone to so many studios in Egbeda, in Agege, in Ikeja.
Exactly.
They were all in that shopping complex. So to bring it
Yeah.
back to what you're saying, how much do those shops in shopping complex, how much do they rent for now? Can people afford it? And if people can't afford it, how many people are going to go there? How are you going to discover? Do you know how many people we discovered through that studio?
From that
in
studio.
Abuja?
Thank
Just
you. Yeah.
hanging around though.
Do you know how many? Mode 9 came to that studio. Terry, of course,
Yeah.
was there. AQ and I fought in that studio. Physical, almost.
Sorry.
It's a long story. You know the funny thing? We talk about the story today, and we have two different versions of the story. Alias's version and my version. You understand? We almost physically fought in the studio.
Yeah.
But that's a story for another day. I'm just saying, like
Yeah.
N6, so many people, you discover people when you have one place, a meeting point, and then you can, because that meeting point attracts. This thing is not just physical, it's spiritual.
It's
You
energy.
attract more people.
Yeah,
You
all the
attract
young
people.
artists around there will be going to that studio. That's how
And
Whiskey
then-
was going to OJB's studio. You
Bro.
know, that's how it happens. You know,
So you keep attracting people, you keep bringing
Yeah.
people together, everybody collaborates, you meet new. So there are people with potential talents today that are sitting in the house and we've not discovered because.
they can't go to a studio like that.
So the economy plays a vital role in all of these
Important
things
role.
because there's no
Yes.
disposable. Their parents don't have disposable income.
Income, yeah.
If your parents have disposable income, if you've not finished school or you are in between secondary school and university, they'll be giving you money every day.
Exactly.
You have money to go and do stuff. You have money to go out. Your aunties and uncles give you money. But if everywhere tight, my brother, Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
Will
You're
come
not
into
thinking
play.
about making music and thinking about doing all those things. The first studio that I co-owned with my friends in Ayobo was a full-fledged studio. That's where I recorded my first project, right?
Yeah.
It was because, shout out to my guy, G-Man. His parents funded the whole thing. They gave him, we went to Alaba to buy everything from the sound card to the carpet to the studio monitors to the glass we used, everything. It was his parents that gave him the money. But if that can happen now,
Not in
and
the-
that green came through to our studio. So imagine what will happen. So you are absolutely right. And I wanted to touch on the football you're talking about because it goes beyond go outside and play football. Where are the small academies?
Yeah.
Well,
I don't,
before
Steve, I don't know if you
academy,
remember
Osagie-
growing up, when I used to go to
Everywhere.
Abeson Estate, Paul Cicada created a field in Abeson Estate because that's where it came
Yeah.
from. And they were every evening around 4 o'clock, you will have these young boys, 10, 12-year-olds, and then an old coach will come and train those boys.
Yeah.
Those boys in 2026 are not going to the field by 4. They are all going to sell something in their areas.
They're going to look for something to something to do. Yeah.
So you're right on the money.
Because if you look at it, and you guys have the right to like correct this. There's never been a dearth of like I'll say production talent as we have right now in Afrobeats. Like think
I believe
about how like we're like new artists, new producers were emerging with their own artists in the 2000s.
It was like
Like
it
you
was like
saw-
a rollout plan.
It was like a
okay,
roll-up plan. Like you see a new artist coming up, you see a producer behind them, and they're just
Yeah.
and with a different sound, a new sound, new like something new, something
Yeah,
fresh.
something exciting, something fresh.
Something
Because We don't have that
exciting.
now.
You don't have that now.
We have
There's a
beatmakers now.
reason. There's a reason why the alter community came from the upper class
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
in 2016, 2017. There's a reason
Yeah.
why.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a reason why they came from the middle and upper class. A couple of
Yeah.
them also came from lower class, but
Lower class, yeah.
mostly
But
middle
mostly,
and upper
like,
class.
most of them.
It's
yeah.
driven more with elite taste. Like
There's a reason why access to funds.
yeah. And it's also
So-
easy for them to build a community with themselves, sharp. Which is what you are getting 10 years later with these underground guys. Most of these underground guys too are children of the hotel community. And they also have access to funds. People like Number 11 is not playing with 90% of 90. His father is 1% of the 1%. So ahead. I went and check the rest of them too. Privilege. And that's why they have time to experiment. A boy in the lungu doesn't have time to experiment. He has to drop something that enters once at the end of the
Bro,
day. I think in terms of producers, I think there are only two that I can think are stand out. But apart from the rest, it's just beat making they're doing.
So when you hear the number 11s, the Marvels, the Z level 10s, and someone corrected me on Twitter, like I used to say Z 11 thing, right? So shout
So
out
it's
to that
level 10.
person, right?
No, I think the level
So
10 is trenches. I think that one is trenches.
okay,
I
Stranger
think
Changes,
I think the
Wave
the
Star, and co. Yeah, it is what it is. Um,
for Marvel, I think there was more of a debunk situation. Like, okay, yeah, from that background, but they weren't fucking with your music until
mhm.
oh, okay. My friend in the Keja golf club or something is mentioning saying your music is hot. So like sort of like a the video situation. Yeah.
Interesting. All right, man. Let's keep it going, though. Let's keep it going, guys. Can we talk about fake agencies?
bro,
This is bro.
bro, bro, I've been trying to avoid this story because I thought, okay, but then the
Bro,
deeper the story
updates
gets,
daily.
the crazier it is. The more you read up about this story, the crazier it is. But to be very honest, are we surprised?
oh,
Are you surprised?
I'm
not
not
anyway, nobody.
surprised about it, like what it represents, but the details is shocking. Because most of the time we know that there's corruption in high places. But you don't know how these things actually move. You don't know the nitty-gritty. You don't see the paper trail. Now we are beginning to connect the dots, and bro, it's fascinating.
Okay,
What
for
goes on?
those who don't know, let's start like this. Let's start like this, right? Imagine walking into the Nigerian federal government, the actual seat of power, and just inventing an entire agency out of thin air. Not a small scam, a whole fake government body with letterhead, accounts, office
Everything.
space, staff, like literally the works, everything. Well, that's exactly what a guy named Prince Adeniyi Adeyemi allegedly pulled off, according to an investigation by Premium Times. So here's how the story goes, guys. Adeyemi claimed to be the Director General of something called the Presidential Foreign Intervention Promotion Council. Yes, you heard that right. The Presidential Foreign Intervention Promotion Council, which we will now call the PFIPC. Sounds official, right? Sounds like something that should exist, except it doesn't.
Could exist.
It doesn't. It never did. It's completely made up. But here's the kicker. He didn't just print a fancy business card and call it a day. This man allegedly forged State House letterhead, fake signatures, invented reference numbers and seals, and even produced an appointment letter claiming the president, Tinubu himself, had personally appointed him back in 2024. Guys, all fake. And it worked. That's part of, I don't even know how to put this. That's the part that you would be surprised at. Real government offices, the secretary to the government, the accountant general, even the Central Bank of Nigeria actually acted on his letters. Like not only received it, they acted on his letters. The central bank reportedly opened a dollar and pounds account for his imaginary agency. He got granted self accounting status, a budget code, a budgetary allocation, and an office on the second floor of the Federal Secretariat in Abuja. Real civil
Hiding,
servants were even deployed to work under him. How is this possible?
hiding in plain sight.
He
Hey,
was out here meeting with foreign ministers, foreign affairs ministers, education councils, the head of the Anti-Corruption Commission, and the members of the diplomatic community. The whole time representing an agency that only existed on forged paper. Oh, and one of the favorite details, he cited an Executive Order 5 as the legal basis for his agency. The problem is the real Executive Order 5 was signed years earlier by a previous president and it's about local content in engineering and tech projects. So nothing to do with foreign investment councils. He essentially name dropped a real law, hoping nobody would check. So you ask, how did this all come crashing down? Well, the Foreign Affairs Ministry got suspicious after he started meeting diplomats on his own and reached out to verify who this guy actually was. The response from the chief of staff was basically, this council is fake, and going forward, verify any letter claiming to come from my office. That now triggered a police investigation, and in late October 2025, they arrested him and his federal secretariat office and searched both here and his home. The office and his home. He's now facing an 8-count charge, and which puts him up to 21 years in prison. His next court date is late July. Guys, this man didn't hack a system. He walked and talked his way into it with confidence, forged papers, and a title that sounded important. Important enough that nobody even asked to stop to ask questions. That's it, guys. That is what is happening.
If anybody has watched Catch Me If You Can, this is like
I think the real question here is, what version of this story do you guys believe?
Oh,
because
that's a good question, because what we're reading here in Premium Times is not what
the official statement. Mm-hmm. That's the official statement.
Yes. But
also remember why this thing first went, because all these things that has been listed by Premium Times all happened internally. Mm-hmm. Like the Nigerian Investment Promotion Council first raised internal complaints about this strange parallel body, right? Then the Foreign Affairs Ministry raised the alarm. This all this was like in late 2025, like September 2025. The Foreign Affairs Ministry raised the alarm in October 2025. Then Chief of Staff, that's Femi Gbajabiamila, also was made to know that this guy was using appointment letters bearing your own signature, and that's how he petitioned the DSS and the police, leading to the arrest of this guy. But after they released this guy, this what's his name? This Prince Adeniyi Adeyemi Matthew. Yeah. After they released him, he now came out to make the allegation that he's in trouble because he didn't pay a certain money to the chief of staff. That's Femi.
That's his allegation.
That's the allegation, that he paid 400 million to Femi to get this office, and they had disagreements over a sharing formula of a certain fund, and that's why he was being persecuted. It was his interview that now brought this thing to the public. We now started discussing it before the presidency said, "Oh, release the statement and chronicled this line of events that we've seen on Premium Times." Do you guys understand?
I get
it. So
the
question now is, who do we believe?
Who do you believe? I believe in the word of the Lord.
It'd be like, say, me and Steve say, okay, we go run this P. You understand? We'll create this shell body. We'll run this P. Siphon through here. Yeah. Everything now got created. Boom, boom, boom. Sharing formula between me and Steve. Steve say I want 70%. I say, Steve, now me they run this team. Now me they got us here now. You just done for Canada. They say 1, 2, 1, 2. Steve say, but now me. Now through me all these things set up. Now maybe chief of staff. Now maybe COS. Now me
put you in play now.
You know let me also put an importance. When he was arrested, when he came out to speak, he said that a certain Babatunde Tani Mola was the middleman that worked between him and the chief of staff
and the COS.
And the COS, right? But so when they arrested him, when he told the police went to look for the Babatunde guy and discovered that he had died from a suspicious fire in a hotel that he was staying.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes, there was a fire that year.
He miserably died in a hotel fire just 12 days after he made the bribery claim. Right?
What?
Yes. Right? The hotel, we don't know the name of the hotel. The day it happened, we don't know. We just know that he died in a fire in a hotel.
Oh, more.
This is concerning at this point
So
now.
I think like that's why journalism is troubling in Nigeria, because when you see this thing, it's okay, which hotel born first for Abuja? Let's go there first and
Yeah,
see.
fact check.
Give me the guest list and stuff like that.
First of all, I want to commission a 12-part series, Netflix series on this.
Yes.
First of all, this issue. First
This
of
is-
all,
This is
Yeah.
too good.
it's
I
too
know the
good.
first thing the first thing you see on the screen based on a true story. Again, then
Okay,
it
but
starts.
to bring it back to more seriousness, I know we're joking with that. You are right.
Yeah.
We have a big problem. Somebody died that is connected to billions of naira. We don't know
Exactly.
where he died. We don't
Yeah.
know
How
how
he
he died. There's no coroner's report that you can go and
Family members.
So go and
statements.
confirm family
Yeah.
member statements, burial. Where is he?
Something.
Has
Bro,
he been
snap
buried?
is grave. Snap is grave.
Exactly.
and the media cannot be bothered.
They cannot be bothered.
No.
Why can't the
be
media
bothered.
be
They cannot be
bothered,
bothered.
guys?
Because we said it here before now.
It's two
Like,
reasons why the media
everybody has
cannot be
been
bothered.
bothered.
It's two reasons why the media can't be bothered. The media do not have the financial capacity to run
Resources,
some
yeah.
of these things and the resources to run some of these
Because
stories.
it's quite expensive, guys. This is quite expensive to run.
You will need to fly somebody to Abuja. If the person is not in Abuja, you will need to do this, you need to do that. First of all. The second thing is that all Nigerian media, no matter how they try as much as they are, and some are really trying, right? But to a large extent, 90% of Nigerian media is compromised.
They have been tethered
Now,
to
The
government.
compromise that we're talking about is not because they are colluding with the powers that be. Not necessarily. Some is also born out of fear. So that they don't end up like Mr. Tunde. Mr. Tunde what?
Babatunde Tamimola.
Do you understand?
Tanimola.
So they don't
Yeah.
end up like Mr. Babatunde Tanimola. That is also what's going on. For those who think, oh, so why can't they just go and tell the story? My brother, my sister, it
We
is
don't
not
work
as
in our
simple
Yeah.
as what you are saying. So we cannot depend on media to do the deep dives for us to get the actual stories. We can't. And what we can rely on is what I have just read to you guys, what I've just summarized to you guys that I read on Premium Times. And then you have some pockets of ambiguity in the stories, right? That need to be filled, but will never be filled. And then the thing just moves on like that. But like Steve said, all of this could not have happened if somebody did not give a green light to it.
There's
You
an
cannot
assignment somewhere.
physically have an office in the federal secretariat.
Nobody.
Because
Osagie.
he didn't just create letterheads and was doing it from somewhere.
Bro, he had
From his
he
home.
had a 27.4 billion naira allocation in the federal government's budgets.
Where is it
Yeah, it's
coming
in the
from?
budget. Yeah, it's in the
So
budget.
the
right?
budgets, so allegedly, the chief of staff demanded 48% kickback from this 27.4 billion, and that was what caused the issue. So
Yeah,
how can
but-
someone scam their way into the federal government budget? So sucks.
Not local government budget too. Federal.
Not
can't
state
even-
budgets.
No, you can't even scam your way into anything. It's paper. It's going here and it's going there. So how is it in the budget publicly released with a fake agency that somehow exists? It means everybody is in on it.
admitting,
It's a
even
conspiracy.
even
It's a
admitting
conspiracy.
that you gave 27.4 billion of naira of taxpayers' money
Is
into a fake agency.
is an
is
unforgivable.
grounds-
No,
is-
everybody.
what?
It's grounds for what do you call it? Impeachment.
It like even admitting it. Okay, let's assume this guy faked. Let's assume this. Let's assume we believe this story.
And it's a mistake.
Let's take this story. Let's believe it. Oh, the federal government had no hands in it. This guy successfully, because it's such a brilliant scam, he scammed his way into everything, into the office. Let's believe it. Are you going to accept that the government you voted in, that you pay as a citizen of this country, approved
compromised.
27.4 billion in annual budget to a fake agency? Is this
Wow.
what is this the level of competence that you're
loyalty.
going to accept from the federal government?
It's even crazy how how Premium Times has even reported this. And not, do you understand?
Like is exactly. They just took
Like,
the
yeah.
official statement and just dumped it there and said, "Let's go."
He said Mr. Adeyemi forged the State House letterhead. How? I can forge something. Everybody can
Yeah.
forge something now. Do you understand?
Yeah.
You know
If
how
I forge it and then take it to where it's being taken, you understand? Is it going to be? Am I going to be taken seriously?
yeah.
How do you just create a presidential foreign intervention promotion council? What does that even mean? And if it's not official, like how is this even taken seriously? How do you process an office space for this person at the federal secretariat if people are not in on it? That's the question. Can somebody just come and enter your house and say, hi, how are you? And that's my room.
I don't get room. Yeah, I don't get room there.
So what are we trying to do? Are we trying to infantilize government officials here to say they don't know they were scammed? We're not ready to really call out what it is. Everybody's in on it. Everybody.
You know the dangerous thing. The dangerous thing. That this is the one they just caught. This is the one we know about.
That was what I was going to say. There are more.
This conspiracy runs. If you check that budget, where they do a forensic deep dive into that budget, bro, red flags everywhere.
Bro, wasn't it the same budget that we sat down on this podcast and we're saying a department that has to do with that has to do with agriculture is funding something entirely different outside that industry? It was on the same podcast now.
Like I said, let's believe the government now. That the government,
yes, let's just as good citizens.
Internally, this thing was
genuinely
discovered.
Were scammed.
This thing was discovered, and they petitioned the DSS and the police, and they arrested this guy. You want to tell me that someone who pulled off this level of scam was arrested and released by the federal government of Nigeria? Yes, now he was released. That's why he came out and alleged.
Yeah, because I was wondering.
Now.
I was wondering how was he interviewing in
yes, now. He was released. That's why he was doing interviews alleging bribery now, because
the guy went on media.
He was the one who publicly revealed this thing. That's why everyone started. That's how everyone discovered before the federal government released. Yeah,
because the presidency did not
to clarify anything. Earlier. The president did not come and announce this thing on their own. No, he didn't. It was this guy that came and made the allegation. Yes.
So, but why did the guy come and say it publicly? Why did he come and?
Because he don't vex.
Because he don't vex. They arrested him. They petitioned him. They arrested him.
And they probably kicked him out of the whole thing.
So he's saying that
access to the money.
That he was saying that the arrest happened because his relationship with the chief of staff soured. Because the chief of staff was allegedly demanding 48% from the proposed 27.4 billion naira that he got in the budget.
Can I ask you a question, please? Yeah. Since the budget was not allocated to anything anyways, why didn't you just give him his 48%?
No, you don't want to do that.
I don't know. You don't understand what I'm saying. It's not like they were not. There's no use. They were not going to spend the money on anything concrete because it doesn't.
The guy is not only paying the COS too now. Or the other people who that you pay.
Bro, you think it's only one person
that is the COS 48%?
How much
give the only person 48%? How many you won't get?
Yeah,
because you give somebody in CBN, you give somebody also in presidency.
Everybody is chopping.
Everybody is chopping.
In that secretariat, you give somebody because somebody.
Because what this guy is also doing is, if you look at his videos, he has videos on his Instagram.
This guy's a baller. What's his name?
I need to check.
Yes, now this guy is having meetings with all the ministers.
Please, what's his
all
name?
The ministries is check now. Check it. There's a lot of videos people are bringing posting up on Twitter of him having meetings with. He was having meetings with ambassadors, having meetings with ministers. So there are many people on this that he would have been also bribing. So 48% to just one single person is I mean, it cuts into the budget a lot. If you, to be very honest, So
yeah, because wow.
So you want to tell me that a government that has had Erofai that can hold anybody without being held accountable arrested somebody that's been accused of this level of crime and they released him to be granted interviews?
That was wild.
The whole thing is a mess. The whole thing is a mess. Man, Nigeria is a crime scene.
Bloodbath.
Nigeria is a crime scene. The
Bro.
whole thing, like,
Do you know that in this same period, the IMF said 8.8 trillion was unaccounted for?
So,
In Nigeria.
so he was arrested on October 27th. Exactly 1 month later, the police officially arraigned him on a 8-count criminal charge before the Federal High Court in Abuja. He was granted police bail while continuation of his trial. So he was granted bail. So you want to tell me that someone scammed the federal government of Nigeria
and they granted him
and
bail.
they granted him bail. They granted him bail. You know, so
he's with every foreign visitor. I'm just looking at pictures, man. This is.
He's having meetings, several meetings.
You know what Ayo said? Ayo asked, "Do you know how many of these things exist?"
Yeah,
this is just
bro.
one.
This
is just one because this the only guys. It's important that we stay on course. Like Osagie mentioned, this is just one that was discovered because
somebody tried to speak out.
Somebody came to make a claim. If this guy did not going to make a claim, this story would have been moving on the ground and from there disappear.
You know, that's another worrying thing. If there are many of these situations in the federal level, imagine states that nobody knows the governor. That you don't know the governors knew.
God,
this is where all this federal allocation is that we keep asking where it is. This is how it goes.
This is why
but this one, sorry guys, this one is just a bit crazy because it's in the official budget
of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, bro.
And I'm sorry, everybody, is there anybody that is fact checking anything? Because everybody says, okay, this is official budget, okay, this is going to what do you call it? This is going to the
Ministry of this,
presidential. Also, for the Presidential Foreign Intervention Promotion Council, they will receive 20-something billion for the blah blah blah. And everyone say, okay, next. So there's nobody fact checking anything. There's no government fact checker. There's nothing. Do we have these things? Because
we have budgets now. Don't we have budgets on some other bodies like that?
Budget is private now.
No,
that's what I'm saying.
Wait, sorry guys. I'm sorry to say. But the people that are trying to contest for presidency in this country,
because they go do
I keep saying are they doing any job?
Have I not told you guys?
They are doing it.
That's one of the problems I have with Peter Obi.
Because
because you're not an opposition, my dear.
Because see, if I'm your
ops,
and I want your seat,
bro,
it will be too
I'm bringing out these stories.
Bro, one of the 20 million I are giving to all these donations,
I will
use it to set up a team.
A proper
they will sit down. Like Nigeria is such a mediocre one. I'm sorry.
Even
we are very mediocre. I'm so sorry.
Also, from this,
it's crazy. Opposition work is very, very easy.
I'm running for president, or at least I'm an APC up, right?
Yeah.
I don't want APC in power because I want the betterment for my country, right? You can't tell me if you have access to resources that this should not be some of the things that you are unearthing.
Every day, every week, there's a new discovery. In different languages, in local languages, in Pidgin English,
Hausa, Yoruba,
Igbo,
There's another strategy though. There's another strategy. I can also go to church and pray to God to cause confusion amongst my enemies. And that's how the story can come out. It's also a strategy, which is what clearly happened. Because if they did not have, bro, my brain is still trying to understand that if the COS and this guy did not have an issue,
allegedly,
right? We don't hear of this story,
bro. Money don't move easy. Everybody looking good.
From our budget, bro.
So
the money that we're borrowing, that the presidency is hedging our future on. This is what they're using it for.
Yeah.
Hey God.
One thing I want to highlight in this whole thing, guys, is that I don't think Nigerians know the importance of the budget that is announced every year. That budget is the engine of corruption in Nigeria. Everything, all the corruption, people say, oh, there's a corruption here, there's something here. Everything goes through that budget. That is why whenever the budget is released or announced, that should be like a public holiday for Nigeria. Make everybody sit down, go read that budget first. Because, bro, the manipulation that is going on there. We don't know. This
How
is
do
this
you
our government
get
steals money.
an official physical office space in a federal secretariat
It's wild.
without approval from people up there?
It's more than a two-man thing now. That's what we are alluding at. It's more than a two-man thing.
It's not new. It's just
not
come
new.
to light. Things like this have
Yes.
been happening forever. This is not new.
It's not new now.
This is not new. Who is this guy? Where did he come from? What is his background? Who's this guy?
How did he even rise to this place where he had the balls to do something like this?
It says months before the purported takeoff date, records show that Mr. Adeyemi wrote to the OSGF requesting office space and approval for self-accounting status. On November 7, 2024, Mr. Adeyemi wrote to the OSGF requesting office space. He signed the letter as the DG of the PFIPC. On November 21st, the OSGF forwarded the request along with those of other MDAs to the chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, requesting that EFCC allocate offices from recovered federal government properties. It is still unclear on what exact date an office was approved for the agency. So, man, bro, the amount of people that their heads need to roll because of this thing. If we were in a sane climb. Now,
bro,
I need to process this thing. I'm still thinking.
But this is Osagie said about opposition is so correct. Like the International Monetary Fund, they dropped something on July 1st.
Those ones scattered the whole place
that
again.
that the federal government borrowed money and spent a huge percentage of it without accounting for it in the budgets.
Yeah.
Like they just said it and moved on. And you know what we did on July 1st? Today is July 5th. We've moved on.
Bro. The biggest thing
moved on.
The biggest thing Atiku and Obi did was just to put out statement on Twitter.
Statement that people will not read. You're not even sitting there and you're not even doing a video.
Bro, that whole IMF stuff, people should be receiving it as broadcast on their WhatsApp. That's the level it should be at.
Bro.
This is from Reuters. Nigeria's unreported spending equals 2% of GDP. IMF
2%. Do you know what 2% of GDP is?
It says Nigeria had about 2% of its GDP worth of public spending not recorded in recent official budgets, creating a gap between its reported deficits and actual financing needs. IMF resident representative in Nigeria, Christian Ebeke, said on Wednesday. The discrepancy means the country's fiscal deficit appears smaller than the level of borrowing because some capital spending was not included in budget documents or implementation reports. These unreported expenditures are linked in part to large government projects carried out off budget, distorting assessment of Nigeria's fiscal stance and public investment levels, Ebeke told business executives in Lagos. He said, so far, we think that about 2% of the GDP of expenditure that were not reported, that should be reported and should be recorded, so that this statistical discrepancy will disappear. The lack of full reporting can also complicate coordination between fiscal and monetary policy, as policymakers may not have a clear picture of the true deficits. Fuck. Has the federal government responded to this?
I think they have bigger issues to respond to during the week. But who knows? Our Uncle Bayo might have said something.
2% of the GDP unaccounted for.
That they know of. They enter the old matter again.
Unaccounted for.
Now, this is the federal government that is telling me to come and they're saying that we should tax Nigerians more. We should tighten our own belts. Where there's money unaccounted for, spending in Abuja.
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. People that support this government, they are
Wait,
quiet every day.
It's Jai government now. You're
They are
supporting.
quiet every day. The people that support this government, they are quiet. They are just quiet.
Because you can't defend it anymore. What do you want to defend for this one?
That's the goal now. Remain quiet, take your money and go. That's
Chop your
it.
money, yeah.
That's it.
They are
I think they
quiet
know
every
they
day.
can't defend. I think they know they can't defend. Just what's the worst you people will do? You tweet about it. Something will happen again. I'll move on.
Then a day later after, like that's how you know that these guys are playing with us. A day later after that statement, they had this event where Femi, when the chief of staff Femi
Biamilia.
Baja Biamila was on stage praising like commending the president for his leadership, you know, for being the best president ever in our country. Like that's a show. That was the stage to show us that the president fully supports what's happening. Like, oh, nothing is happening to this guy. You are safe. Don't worry, move on. You know, and this is not the first accusation that's been labeled against the chief of staff. Like,
yes,
throughout this presidency, there've been
from
a
day
lot
one
of
of this
reports
from day one of this presidency. There have been accusations,
nothing has happened.
And that is a very sensitive position to hold in the Nigerian government.
So it is what it is.
I'm lost for words. I don't know what to say again. I really don't know what to say again. We've said it all now. Like, what do we want to say again? The problem now is, how do we react to this? What do we do? I don't know. It's almost like everybody's in on it. And I am the fool.
That's the that's the thing that cripples me. Like it kind of like weakens me about Nigeria. Like what's the next stage of it? Like, okay, I'm ready to, you know, people come out and say, oh, this country, we have to fight, we have to build it. I'm ready now to fight for this.
So
like,
just show me
what do we now do?
Show me the way. Let us know where we're headed to.
Show me the way.
Because there's no opposition
what do
leader.
We do? Because there's no way something like this can continue. And you come tomorrow and tell me, you sit in a conference and tell me that, oh, the future of this country is great.
Yes.
You're lying to yourself.
Yeah.
If we don't treat this issue, like how do we treat this issue tentatively and say,
this
I will have
corruption.
A conclusion to it, to say, okay, this is how it was dealt with. He was arrested, he was tried in court and jailed, along with his perpetrators, not just him. Because if you are arresting this Andrew guy alone, it means you are deceiving the whole country.
You've not solved the issue because it's a conspiracy.
How did he get? It should be a public hearing.
Yes, all details should be out there for public to go.
It should be a public hearing.
Billions. Do you know what a billion is? This is money that can. This money. It can drastically change.
It can pay nurses and doctors.
It can drastically change the outlook, like the future outlook of something that, whether it's education, whatever it is. It can change the course of. Let's listen to Femi Biamila talk about his president.
Your Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, and your very lovely First Lady, our Mother of the Nation. Permit me to stand on protocol as already established. Let me confess that I was not expected to speak here today, as my work, the very nature of my job, most of my work is done behind closed doors.
We know.
But I must say, I am delighted, nonetheless, that I've been given an opportunity to celebrate with the press corps and to celebrate with Mr. President. I must say this though, and I hope it's taken in good spirit, because from my understanding, press corps dinners, as we have seen all over the world, are meant to be occasions that are not taken too serious. There are lots of banters, lots of jokes, and nobody takes anyone serious. And it is in that regard that I must confess, Mr. President, I apply the corridors of the villa perhaps 3-4 times every day. And I've done this for the past 3 years. Till date, anytime I'm heading from the president's office back to my office, I meet with the press corps, several of them on the corridors. I must confess, though, that the chairman, even though I see him 3-4 times a day, anytime I pass, he greets me and I acknowledge him. I say, "Oh, Adams," as in Oshiomhole. So it takes me a few seconds before I realize that, okay, no, it's not Adams Oshiomhole. The similarity is uncanny. But it is clear that it is a man of purpose, a man who has served the press corps diligently, a man...
Man, shut the fuck up. I thought he was going to say something about Tinubu. Maybe it's the wrong video. Well, that's, you have it, man. He's doing banter. There was actually, apparently there was a press corps dinner. Is that a new thing, please? Or did that always happen?
I don't know. I really don't know.
I've never heard of it before. I don't know. It could be.
A press corps dinner.
And this press corps, have they investigated this thing? Or they're just eating, they're just enjoying their proximity, chilling in Aso Rock with the president.
My brother, you want to keep
we don't even
press
talk
corps?
about. Yeah, I don't even keep press corps. That is a career goal for them. So
you want to keep press corps?
I beg. Yeah, so this is Nigeria at its best. Yes.
That's it. It is what it is. We see in daylight robbery going on, money being moved around to fake agencies that don't exist, and nothing is being said because gone are the days where you would hold a public hearing for this. There would be some very big issue. It would be in the press. We'd move beyond those days, bro. We're moving to
Nigeria
the days where
we don't get shame now.
A public official will shoot somebody in public, shoot the person
CCTV.
dead,
yeah,
and then in public, and there will be footage of it, and people will move on. That's one thing we know how to do very well. We know how to move on.
You know, concern me and my people. So
I don't know. We are. I'm just
going
to say
biggest red flag?
I've just said my own publicly to be there, stated in history. This is in the cloud that I frowned upon this. I said no.
Yes, so
something is wrong. For life. We need to change something. Again, this does not inspire confidence in from the opposition parties
going into the elections. This is my biggest grasp.
Really don't want to pick on Peter Obi as the person, right? I'm saying leave Peter Obi alone, because it's very easy to say Peter Obi. No, this is not even a Peter Obi thing. This is more around the parties.
Yeah.
Whoever is representing or is the presidential aspirant from a party is not the party itself. If you are an opposition party, PDP, ADC, NDC, LP, I need you guys to do your fucking jobs.
Let's be honest, please. Let's just focus on the main oppositions. The other ones that a joke. People are opposing just to get funding. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's just focus on the ones.
That's a business strategy too.
It's a business strategy.
Opposition. Too. So just pay me off or give me something.
So you're saying if I make enough noise as a troublemaker,
they'll give you minister job or something.
Yeah.
You understand? I want you parties to do your jobs. Not when the story leaks and then you put out a statement on Twitter and you keep it moving. No. Do your jobs.
Use it as a pressure point.
Bring out and show us how incompetent the the incumbent is and why things need to change. You have not given me any reason. Do you know that someone can win a governorship election in Lagos by just going on two promises: to
Which are?
fix waste and to supply water to everybody.
Yeah.
Just this why you know what? But you know why they will never do it? Nobody's ready to fix these things.
That you don't need to now. You two are corrupt. You are going there to go and chop money now.
So what's the way forward? So when I'm very jaded and bleak, when my vision of the future of Nigeria is very bleak, how do you get me out of that state? Why do people want to now say, no, Osagie, you have to think positively about Nigeria. Nigeria can still change. How?
Who are the people I should go and vote for now? Let's forget presidential now. Governorship self. Look at where are the people? It is what it is.
Billions of naira wasted, gone.
I think Nigeria should
use it to go and buy houses outside the country.
Big boys now.
Oh my God.
You know what the clearest red flag on this government was? Tinubu's government was when in Lagos people did not vote for him to win. That should have been a clear indication that this is some serious shit that's about to go down. Because if you rule a state for 8 years and you cannot win that place comfortably, that means your base is not happy with you at the end of the day. And we are clearly seeing it now. What Tinubu did 8 years in Lagos, they've transferred it to Abuja now. This is what it is.
I don't know, man. I just keep saying I don't know. I really don't know.
No.
I really don't know. Can we move on? There's nothing we can do about this.
Yeah.
Steve, do we have a second topic?
Oh, what again? Tinubu called his wife.
Yeah? Tinubu did what?
He called his wife Yalakara, you know.
Yeah, he was just supporting and endorsing
we
what
have
she said.
we have two other main topics. We have the NYSC overhaul. I don't know what you guys think about it.
Oh my God.
And there's this troubling story I saw from Port Harcourt where a 14-year-old kid that was missing for 18 years.
Oh my God. I just talked about that yesterday. Steve. I don't like this you are doing.
Give me hope.
I'm so sorry, guys.
Steve, give me hope.
I'm so sorry, guys. That's the development from our country. Like, that's the developing stories from our country. Like, we have these are the biggest stories.
I still believe it's still a joke.
All right, I'm going to power through it. Wait, he's already approved this shit. Damn.
See, okay, you know the point about.
Can I let me just read through, right? President Tinubu has approved a major overhaul in the National Youth Service Corps, the NYSC, and has introduced civilian leadership. With the new format, NYSC will be led by civilians. Orientation is now set to be 6 weeks to train corps members on digital leadership and entrepreneurial skills. The new framework also provides for skill-based primary assignments that align with graduates' academic backgrounds and career aspirations. Improved orientation camp standards through a national grading and certification system, and a redesigned NYSC uniform to reflect professionalism and national pride. The traditional passing out parade will be replaced with a new graduation ceremony as part of the comprehensive restructuring of the scheme. Oh, okay. All right. I think what just catches me is the NYSC will now be led operationally by civilians, while the military will continue to provide security support for corps members across the country. Yeah. So essentially, it's taking it out of the hands of the military, doesn't trust them anymore. He's going to run the whole thing himself. Or like maybe the military will run the whole thing.
Maybe the military complained that they are being stretched, that soldiers that should be in the war front are in the NYSC camp. So let's get rid of them. The remarkable thing about Tinubu is that he has shown that when he wants to move swiftly, he will move swiftly without any consultation on inconsequential things like anthem changing and NYSC. But when it comes to the heavy stuff, it takes years. That is where he now slows down. No, but when it comes to inconsequential bullshit like NYC, that should be scrapped, or really, or the changing of an anthem that nobody can sing today, he's very fast with that. It shows that he's very, very fast. It just shows his level of priority. That's right there with our 001. Yeah.
Steve, you have anything to say here? I have nothing to say. I've never believed in the
Uh,
NYSC. I don't
I'm
believe
just happy
in
I've
it
done my own
now.
NYC.
Yeah.
I
I'm not
think
going to
it's
wear
most.
Ankara.
I think I don't see why people should spend 1 year of their life doing the NYSC. Like more than ever in 2026, if you
Come
are as
on.
a graduate from a university are still thinking of going to attend a 1 year program with the NYSC, you're not a serious person.
But
Steve,
currently,
Steve might argue with me. Do you understand? But you are
Okay,
actually not a serious
I won't
person.
argue with. I won't argue with you because I strategically used my NYC for something else because
yes, that one day.
I was the
Yeah, that one
opinion that it's a waste of a whole year if I go to is a waste of a whole year if I just go to a random place in a country and serve my and spend time there because of NYC. So I rather spend it in Lagos where I can strategically build my career and start out from there. And that was eventually what I did. So yeah, so I kind of like partly agree with you. It's difficult to just go somewhere else and just spend 1 year. I don't see the need for that, to be very honest. For this reform, I'm I'm always very skeptical of any government decision because I have this feeling that the decision is not being made for the benefits of it's not being made for the benefits of the public.
Yeah.
Someone someone just formed a way. Someone has just strategized on how they can benefit from
scheme.
something.
fashion
Exactly.
designer-
So
a fashion
presidency,
designer.
this is 6 months. This is 6 weeks, 3 more weeks of feeding, budget for feeding, for clothing,
Bro, you
for
understand already,
security, for exactly. So
going on the
everybody
Yeah,
knows what they do.
going on the clothing, that means a new contract has to be pushed out for somebody who's going to design the Ankara.
Exactly. So strategically, you can frame a reform to
around
benefit
the opportunity.
around your financial benefits. That's it.
Yeah.
So I'm always very skeptical about it. And also, when you are sourcing anything to the government, it's bound to fail. So if people go to school for 4 or 5 years and you bring them to camp to teach them about what for 6 weeks that you've not taught them for 4 or 5 years.
No, you never teach them from primary one. You're not
So,
teaching them now.
Instead of saying, okay, let's ensure that they are learning everything they need to learn in those 4 or 5 years, instead of spending on an additional 6 weeks in camp to prepare them for the job market.
For the job market.
Do you guys understand what's happening?
No, for
So-
nation.
So there's nothing to get into here because I don't think it's real. It's not real. It's not, the intention is not real. The intention is not real. And what also another thing that really troubles me is how we do things in Nigeria, and there's no
pushback.
No scrutiny.
no, not just I'm not saying push. We don't strive to get the result of what we're doing of our efforts. Like for example, okay, NYC. How productive has NYC been? What surveys have you done to say, okay,
where the data?
this is what people are thinking? What's the data behind decisions that you're making?
Well, it still ties back to what you were saying. Actually, those things exist. The results you are just looking forward to is not the same result that they are looking forward to.
That they've tweaked.
The results they found the results. They don't just
It's
share
true.
the same results that we share. Do you understand?
Yeah.
It's like how you said. It's like how you said when this government moves swiftly and does something, and that you think they're doing it for you. No, it's not for you.
No.
And that's why they don't measure those results that should affect you.
Yep.
Do you understand? The
I
results
agree.
that they've measured, they are already seeing the results. They are happy about it. It's just that
Yeah.
those results and your own results, they are not. You
It's
don't share the
different.
same
It
results
varies.
exactly.
Yeah.
So they are good to go. They are good to go. please let's keep it moving. Side note, right? Globalcom put out a birthday post on their group executive director, right? And she's I believe, the daughter of the chairman. What's his name?
Chairman CEO, Mike Adenuga.
Mike Adenuga, right? But they tagged it as today we celebrate Madame Sade Michael Adenuga, right? And then her name is there. My point is the madam there? Is it necessary? Why do we like this psychophancy?
How do you know?
in
Do you
Nigerian
wait,
establishment?
Osagie, have you
Did
worked
you
in
see?
Cairo?
Did you see
know
the
they call
tweet
her-
of a?
Wait, Steve, Ayo, go ahead. Steve, I know where you're
Do you
going.
know
Ayo, go ahead.
Do you know what they call her in office? If they call her madam in office, that's her title in the office now.
The social
Yeah.
media person was sweating. He said, "Oh, make I pull my
Have
down,
you-
make them no fire me."
Like say, Osagie don't know anything they go for corporate world in Nigeria. Where now one about business.
Yes, Steve. Now tell me your staircase story.
Oh, you know the story already. Like it's so amazing.
I don't know.
That
I don't
she
know.
said she
I
was
heard the
okay.
story.
Someone tweeted that she was walking she was walking up the stairs or down the stairs of a civil service building, of a
establishment.
government building, and she saw an elderly woman walking, the steps as her, and the woman asked her if she walks at the building, and she said no. The woman said no wonder, because she usually does not share staircase like the stairs with anybody. So that meaning that anytime she's climbing or going down the stairs, nobody walks down. Nobody uses the stairs the same time as her. Like they usually give her her
give
own
away,
lane. So yeah, give away.
Yeah, the woman
And-
clearly said, because I don't share stairs.
I don't share stairs. Like she
It means
she
when
said
I'm
it.
walking up the stairs or down the stairs,
Oh,
nobody
down the stairs.
should
Nobody
be
should
on
be
the
on the
stairs.
same stairs.
This is a civil servant, right? I believe.
Yeah.
Yes,
civil
it's a civil
service.
service building. It's a government building.
So
And here's the
you
thing,
wonder.
guys. Here's the thing. This is how Nigerians think. This is Nigerians. This is the average Nigerians' definition of like respect
I'm
Yeah.
being power drunk.
and position of power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As ridiculous as this thing sounds, it's real. I've worked in
Bro.
an office before. I worked in a startup before that had an elderly, I would say an elderly, she's probably in her maybe early 50s woman, do you understand, who had probably worked in maybe a bank or maybe federal, body or whatever, right? But when I resumed at the office, I just noticed everybody would even like bow, or you know how ladies would, semi-kneel and greet her. Good morning, madam, something. Let's call her Funke, right? Good morning, madam Funke. Good morning, ma. Good morning, madam. Madam, good morning. And she would come with this whole, like she was Maleficent, just walking through the whole thing and everything.
Madam, madam.
I had resumed, I was also in a position where I was in a senior position.
Management role,
myself,
yeah.
I know small for the team.
You know small for the organogram.
With the you understand, I dey high in the organogram.
The
So
organogram.
we got that day. The meeting where you do attend, we see you. Myself, I follow the meeting. You understand? As you get your own team of staff, myself, I get my own team of staff. And so lo and behold, we had to interact and everything. So I said, Tony, good morning. I'm going to share with you the report from XYZ. I'll be looking forward to your feedback. And the whole office that day froze.
Yes,
Like
sir,
I
this Mr. Longe.
had committed
a sin.
I had killed somebody. And they literally froze. Everybody just gasped, and nobody was breathing. And then they were waiting for her to see what was going on. And then she said, okay, and I don't know whether she was in her feelings or not, because me, I turned and moved on. Because I'm not calling anybody madam. I'm not calling you madam. If they've not knighted you in Buckingham Palace, I'm not calling you madam.
You've not knelt down to King Charles, bruv. Sorry.
You understand? And we never got on. We never got on the same page.
You can never get on now because you not give her a
There's no way you get on.
Yes, we never got on the same page. She was very antagonistic towards me and everything. And she eventually got fired. Well, that's her own business.
Exactly.
Yeah, because eventually the guys running the company realized, they were young guys, to realize that she's toxic.
She is.
She's not good
toxic.
for the office culture. Yeah, work culture.
Yeah, she's not. And you have these people spread across
planted
different sectors,
planted everywhere,
who demand respect for doing nothing. That is not respect, guys.
Yeah,
That
you want
is
eye
not
service.
respect. That is
It's
not,
so
there's
sad
no
to see.
form of respect with that. You travel to other countries, you see how people, what is this thing we age and Africans and Nigeria? What's this thing we age? Do
Osagie,
you
let
know
me
who
tell
I
you a
am?
story.
I'm 52. You are 25. You must talk with me. No, you don't talk. I don't know you from anywhere.
Eventually, that's how the standard has been eroded in
Dropped.
Nigeria because you can't challenge authority in that sense. Authority here, not even by position, just by age.
Just by age.
Just being born before you has given me an authority over you.
What
Like,
sort of nonsense is that? Mathematically, you are going to be older than me. You were born before me. I can't control
It's a
it.
fact.
You can't.
It's a
You
fact.
didn't control it. You didn't determine it as well.
Exactly.
Mathematically, this is what happens.
Yeah, they don't care. Like, you should give me an edge over you, or you should give me an authority over you. I should go on challenge. You can't challenge me. I can't share staircase with you. Why?
Almost
Just imagine that kind of, like, just imagine saying it.
I can't share because I don't share staircase.
I don't share staircase.
That's that legacy in life.
And even if you don't even work there, you can't even say anything back because you came there probably looking for
something,
or looking for
yes.
something. She just go upstairs and block. Maybe you're looking for a document, you're looking for something.
They go block her for you.
The system
She'll
is
just
so
go
messed up
upstairs
and convoluted that she can actually affect.
She'll go upstairs and shut everything down. That's it.
And I think that's why.
I shut everything down.
And I think that's why when Nigerians go to like federal, like go to like places where they have to interact with civil servants, if you notice how cordial you don't want to be out of place. You just have to go the line. Good morning, sir.
Immediately you walk into the compound, the way you walk change because you don't want to be seen as proud. You drop your shoulders,
bro.
Like any air of importance that you have, you just have to get rid of it. Like there's no, because you might piss the person off by just standing too uprightly.
You don't go passport office.
Like maybe you're standing too, like why this guy just stand like that? Like saying
why this guy just just evoke? Why he just carry shoulder?
Yeah, grease. Like, man,
there's nobody that knows how to play that shit more than me. Because immediately I'm already even gauging two things: your tribe,
that's it,
your religion.
No, if it's your tribe, if you're Yoruba, I just switch Yoruba immediately. I don't understand.
I'm gauging it already from afar. This guy is from the southeast. I switch immediately.
You switch now.
This person is from the southwest. I go switch. And you see, it's very easy because let me tell you, once you act with respect and everything without it being demanded,
it's not respect. Subservience.
Subservience.
Thank you. Subservience.
It's not respect.
Yeah.
Once you act with subservience without it being demanded for, you're already halfway through.
You're halfway through. You're
halfway through. Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning,
sir. I can't remember. You know, you bend down. You go to move. You be contorting your body like as if you cannot stand upright.
You calling someone you just met, mommy, daddy.
Yeah, mommy,
please. Mommy, please, can you help?
Mommy,
you need it. Follow me. You said you can't day back like a day.
You can't just come here like that. You have to, now.
You go to those places, you park your car. Remember when I used to drive my SUV, I'll go and park my car far.
Bro, any sign of say you
dress down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you go dress down. There are different strategies. There are sometimes you go there, you know
you
that this thing is going
properly.
to be. You dress properly and you look for one of the guys there, and you know that this one I have to part with money. Yeah, take this amount. Go and get it.
Yeah.
But the guy is not just taking the money because he's also thinking this is not big man. No.
This is not big man. Yeah, I have to act right. Yeah.
You understand? So the
you just have to be strategic. You just have to be strategic living in Nigeria, bro. Like it's everything is.
You must know. You must
guess what, guys.
You have to strategically just kind of align with everybody and put everybody in their own position so that you get what you want.
Mm-hmm.
I can count on one hand the amount of times I've been in a government office in this place. They don't want to interact with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything
is done online. They don't want to see you. They don't want you to come to the office. They don't want. You understand? They don't want you. They want to do everything. You will receive the letter from us. Don't come. We don't want to see you. Everything is done online.
Yeah.
But before
and that's
we get
the thing
there,
about Nigerians. You have to now go into these places, not assessing people, the environment. You always be on your guard just because you want to get something. If a process that should be seamless they've not frustrated it, put bottlenecks there so that they can get their little monetary gifts at the end of the day. It's just wrong.
Have you seen the
Totally
story
wrong.
from NIPOST that NIPOST
NIPOST
is
still
moving
exists.
to, of course, NIPOST is moving to assign digital codes to every building in Nigeria. The Nigerian Postal Service has restated its plan to roll out a national digital postcode system aimed at giving every identifiable building in the country a unique digital address. At the unveiling of the Postcode Delineation Model Validation 2026 in Abuja on Monday, the Postmaster General and Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian Postal Service, Tola Odeyemi, said the project would create a machine-readable standardized addressing system nationwide. She said the initiative is designed to modernize how locations are identified across Nigeria and improve accuracy in service delivery. What do you guys think about this?
Again, anytime you see something from the government,
Oh, Steve, don't do
bro,
that.
let me tell you.
Such
Let
a
me tell you
low
something.
trust,
Come on, man.
low trust
Let me tell you
society.
something. The first time
So Steve, what you are telling me before you go ahead is that any project that is coming out from the government is there's some
100%. I want you to remember the novelty and how innovative every project from the government had been since we were born. Take, for example, the National ID Card project
yes,
of 2020, 2003. Do you remember the activities
The hype.
around that?
The buzz,
hype
the
around
rollouts.
around that project?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a national ID card, Osagie?
A physical one?
Yes.
No, nobody. I think it was just the first set of people who won, like first round. After that one, they started
First
giving
round.
everybody sleep.
Thank you. After that one, we've had at least 2 iterations of it.
Yes.
Now we have NIN. That's
Yes.
completely separate.
From that
Completely.
one.
It's not as if they built on existing data or infrastructure.
Yeah.
A complete project. NIN. In government is going to come in another 15 years and tell you
15,
now we
15.
want to do like it's NIN,
wholesome-
that's like social security, is like there's a way we
Yeah.
can go in, and it will be heralded as, oh man, these guys are working at, bro. Let's if you want to like talk about Nigerian, like the issues that we have right now in Nigeria. Every building in Nigeria do not have lights, not have water, but you know what? Postal code. I think it's a fantastic, brilliant idea.
I'm going to push back on that.
Me, I have
Do you
a
know
red
how many?
flag on this,
Do you know how many countries in the world have been able to achieve this thing? There are not up to 10 countries that have been able to achieve this thing that Nipos has just said. They've not been up to 10 countries. Do you trust the Nigerian government to be able to pull this off?
Based on NIPO's track record, I don't think
to give a complete code, digital code, or whatever it is, to every building in your country. It has
Why are
only
they even
happened.
doing? Why do we need that? Why don't we just have
a census for kind of loud.
No, because right now there's actually, let me check my one of my documents. There's something called there's a code, right? I'm trying to get the name of the code. It's like a zip code. Let me see if I can remember what it is. Yes, a postal code. There's a postal code. Every place has a postal code. Lekki's postal code is 100278. Ikpaja's postal code is 10006. Ogudu's postal code is 100242. Ikeja's postal code is 100282. Ikoyi's postal code is 101233. This is someone who used these postal codes because I used to buy a lot of things online, from outside Nigeria.
Yeah.
So you need these postal codes. But these postal codes work. So my point is, you have these existing postal codes. Why don't you take this postal code with the name of either your street name, or usually is your street number. So this is how it happens in where I live now, right? If they are trying to get your address, everything is this is just structured query language, SQL. Everything is in a database.
Yeah.
They ask you for your zip code. You put your zip code. They ask you for, after you put your zip code, they ask you for your house number. You put your house number.
Yeah.
Once you put your house number and your zip code, your street name appears.
It shows up, yeah.
right? They've figured out how to do it in like areas and everything. Okay, granted, these zip codes I read out from Lekki, Ikpaja, Ogudu, Ikeja, they are it's a wider how will I put it? It's a bigger window, right? It's a wider bracket that covers more houses. So you probably most likely can't just put your street number. You should be able to put one more identifier that can then pull out and bring out your house address. It's possible. We don't need to now, if every house, what we need to focus on is that every house has a number attached to that street. So if you type your street name, and you know why they do it like where I lived, you know why they do it like that? That they don't ask
Right.
for your street name. It's because you might get the spelling wrong.
Mm.
So they only ask for numbers and letters together. Simple characters. Put the postal code. Oh, the postal code is 5256 BQ. And what's the house number? 29. Once you bring that, it brings every other thing that you can most likely make a mistake of. So we should be able to figure it out in a way where the street name, the street number, the postal code, we should be fine. Creating
This
a
goes
new
back to
database that you now need to start naming every, giving every building a number. It's too difficult. It's too cumbersome. How many buildings do we have? How long is this project going to last? Do you know the whole of Nigeria? Do you know how geographically big Nigeria is? You are going to go into some areas where numbering the building gets destroyed, rebuilt. Like there's so many things that go on. The integration is not strong enough between the postal code and the building authorities and some other things that we should all have one identify. Like now, PHCN, they have a database of houses, right?
yes.
How are we now going to make all these databases from all these departments and all these
Initiatives,
industries
yeah.
and all these agencies? How are we going to make it congruent?
Centralized. This goes back to what Steve was saying. Somebody's payday. It's not as if they want to do any work. It's just let's find something. Just close the end of the year.
Everybody is just acting independently and acting on their own. Everybody's just doing their own. Oh, me, I'm doing my own. I'm creating my own database. That's why we have
You know why?
BVN. We have passport number. We have this one. We have that one. They want to create another one.
And
Students, they say
Yeah.
they say students must have another student something number. There are too
Osagie, you know
many.
why?
We should
You
be
know
able
why?
to bring all these things together. One social security number should be able to be a unique identifier for
That will
anybody
link
in
you
the
to
country.
everything. Yeah. But you know why they're doing this thing? It's corruption. Corruption needs to keep creating stuff so that people get paid in that model. That is why in Lagos, they retire a road. Next year, that road is bad. Because somebody needs to get paid in that party. There needs to be funding of that thing. It doesn't make sense economically or corruption-wise for you to do a road that will last for 20 years. How will people not get paid for 20 years? How will the party structure not get fed for 20 years? So they keep doing roads like that. So you need to keep coming up with all those, what they call them, white elephant projects, where, you are greasing the political machinery. So that's it now.
This is like building an airport. This is building an airport for state governors. It's the same thing. You have to look.
You think this is a phantom project?
Bro.
Yes. You have to look for something to. If you don't do projects, where do you steal from?
Where do you get money from?
Where do you get money from?
That's where the funds will come out from.
That's where the funds will come out from. So I don't
Yeah.
like this. So just come out. People just come out. Do you trust? Finally, on this topic, do you trust NIPOST as an entity, as an organization, to continually update new settlements with this code? Do you trust them?
No.
All right.
Corruption is not bad. Corruption is only bad if I'm not involved.
Yes.
Yeah.
But if I'm part of that corruption, I'll defend it.
It's facts though.
Facts.
That's from one of the politicians in East Africa. I mean, he was joking, obviously. I want to read something from Robert Lewandowski's wife, right? Robert Lewandowski, for those who don't know, is a celebrated footballer. He's from Poland. He just concluded his contract.
He's
with
moved to the
Barcelona.
MLS to Chicago. Yeah.
Yeah, he's concluded his contract with Barcelona in Spain, and he's moving to the MLS, Major League Soccer in Chicago, the US. And his wife put out this post on Instagram talking about the life of an athlete. She says, I spent a long time thinking about what to write here. I could post a smiling photo, say that we are off to chase what's next, and pretend that everything is perfect. But it isn't. And I want to be completely honest with you. A huge change is ahead of us, moving to Chicago. And although I should probably be writing about excitement, today I want to tell you one thing. I'm honestly terrified. The past few weeks have been a roller coaster of extreme emotions for me. Barcelona became my home, my safe place, a city I love with all my heart. The thought of packing again, leaving behind what I built, and starting over in a way simply scares me. As a mother, I feel an enormous amount of stress. I worry about the girls and their emotions, about a new school, about how they will find themselves in a completely new world. Anyone who has gone through such a big move with children knows how heavy that mental burden can be for a parent. Life beside an athlete is not only about the bright moments, it also comes with difficulties, family, or with difficult family compromises. Robert's career path is now bringing us a new challenge. I stand firmly by his side and support him with all my strength because we're a team. But as a woman, I feel, or I have the right to feel fear. I have the right to feel overwhelmed. And today, I am not going to pretend otherwise. What are your thoughts on Robert Lewandowski's wife? And I'll ask you what your thoughts are because people have been, and to me, you
Yeah.
know, not justifiably, let me just put it like that. I've been bashing her and saying, you're enjoying this, you're flying that, you're doing this, you're doing that. How dare you talk like this, etc, etc, etc. Right? I don't believe so. I understand what she's feeling. Personally, for someone who has moved twice in this country I'm living in, right? And had
That's
to explain
true.
to my daughters
That's
that they
true.
would be leaving their friends that they just met in
Yeah.
the last year and built that
Yeah.
relationship with, right? As immigrants, learning the language, meeting people, understanding them, and all of that. And then we're going to uproot you from that and move to an entirely new city where you're not going to see these people again for
These people
probably for the
again.
rest of your life.
Love her
And you
life,
had
yeah.
I have done that twice. All right.
It's tough.
I want to know how you guys
No,
feel
it's
about.
very valid. I was having this conversation with wifey, I think 2 days ago. I sent it to her. I sent a screenshot of the post to her. I was like, oh, this is an example. This is the wife of a wealthy footballer, very rich, complaining about the state of her life just because she has to move to a new country because her husband has joined a new club. See how she's phrasing it. She probably hates this part of her life. Money is not a problem. She doesn't even have to work, but that's a challenge to her, right? Like we're having this conversation in concept of like in context of like life challenges. Like it doesn't end. As long as you are living, there's always something troubling you. There will always be something challenging to you, to this, to the part where you're asking yourself, when does it end? And this is someone who has like unlimited like financial resources, still complaining. And your feelings are really valid. I was also thinking about it from my own perspective about like where we stay now, because it was just like a landing
Sports.
spot for us, probably, And I've been thinking about like just moving, how settled the kids are, just settling them again, looking for a new school. I always think about it, and it's kind of something like that really scares me in that sense. But seeing someone at this level also complain about it, it just means that, man, it's just life, man. It's just life,
Yeah.
and you have to be very, very inexperienced and I would say unintelligent to look at this woman and say, man, why are you complaining? You have a good life. Like everyone's like, you have you speak, you with your internet, you being on Instagram means that you have a good life. So why are you complaining? Do you understand what I'm trying to say in that sense? Like,
Yeah.
there's someone that doesn't have like your level of your
Comfort.
wealth and comfort that's looking at you. I'm like, why is this person complaining? That's the same thing you're doing to Lionel's wife. She has every right to feel this way. It's not easy moving your life every 2-3 years. It's excruciating. It's hard. It's difficult. New friends, new neighbors, new schools for your kids. People don't understand. And what I've also understood about things like this is often the people who often make these arguments against, like, who make argument that, why are people complaining? They don't have families, they don't have kids. When you have kids, there's a lot of conversations that you don't even have, like you don't even bother to engage in because you are dealing with it yourself.
Exactly.
That's just it.
And I want to say something, right? Irrespective of how much money you have, there are some things that pierce through money, through the armor of finance
Finances,
of luxury, of money and all of that. It's things like this, the emotional state.
Yeah.
Irrespective of how much the person has and how much of a good life the person is, these things remain constant in people's lives.
Yeah.
Leaving your friends, moving your kids who have settled in, you're probably learning Spanish, speaking the language.
Yes.
You're going to
New
America
language now.
You have to
New
speak
language.
English again.
Or maybe you have to look for a Spanish school for them, but it's still,
you understand?
It's still not, yeah.
These are children of a Polish footballer. I don't know where Robert Anna's wife is. I don't know if she's Polish or not.
She's an athlete. She's Polish.
She's Polish.
Yeah.
Polish.
I follow her on Instagram too.
Oh, okay. So two Polish people who spent a bulk of their lives in Germany.
Yeah.
Right?
Dortmund and Bayern Munich, yeah.
Well, spent over a decade in Germany, right? Germany is not the most it's not the warmest place to stay in, if you understand what I mean.
Yeah.
You understand? And then you move to Spain, which is entirely different. The people are different.
They're more culture,
welcoming. The food is great. Entirely. The weather is, and so you are getting used to that after spending a decade in this place. And now you have to move again after what? Maybe 4 years? How long was Lewandowski there? Maybe like 4 years or so.
4 years.
Now you're going
she's a karate. She's a multiple medalist in the world, European, and national championships.
And if you see the people complaining in this post, they made her look as if she's a housewife that does not do anything.
Because they don't know. They just want to talk.
In fact, Lewandowski has attributed his own fitness, how fit he is, and his health to his wife, because his wife manages his routine, his fitness routine,
food
and everything.
regimen,
food regimen, everything. She's an accomplished athlete, very very accomplished. Yes.
Wow. So even for her moving, forget Lewandowski.
It's tough.
Even for her moving,
even for her,
a career person, it's not jokes.
The thing is, it's not jokes. When people say, "Oh, moving is a very, very, very tough decision." Because
to your point, sorry, you make that point. To your point, in September 2013, she became a certified nutritionist.
Oh.
So she's apart from being an athlete, she's now a personal trainer and an entrepreneur. She has a personal training business.
You now have to move your business and your clients.
Everything.
Yeah.
So she can't go and start looking for new people and everything.
New clients. People don't understand.
Yeah, it's very hard. Yeah, moving is very hard. As human beings, you want to settle down in one place and grow. And you get being uprooted from that place with family, with children, is not the easiest thing to do. Footballers have it worse because it is rare for a footballer to have a one club career these days. Not everybody's going to be a gigs or a schools. Yeah. Some every 2-3 seasons they have to move, right? And they move to far places, and you just uprooting your family, unsettling them, and they have to do that all over again. It takes a toll on you. Some of the reasons why footballers don't make it in a club is because of this issue. They won't just come out and tell you. They're not well
there's so many internal issues that
they're not properly settled. Their wife hates the place. Di Maria is a clear example. His wife hated Manchester United. Like he hated Manchester as a city. And that affected him. It happened to Vidic also. Vidic's wife wanted him to move out of Manchester. And that's why Fergie gave Vidic the captaincy bad and didn't give Rio Ferdinand. That was one of the main reasons. Because you need a Ferdinand. You be boy.
A day.
Where would they go? But you need that Vidic is an asset and we can't lose him. One of the reasons why Beckham later fell out with Fergie was because he was living in London. Victoria did not want to move to Manchester. This is England though. This is not even another country. This is the same country. So it's not easy for footballers at the end of the day, man. It takes a lot of toll on them. So
the first half of the season last season, Trossard was so good that Osagie was even arguing that he was Arsenal's best attacker. Between January and March, this guy fell off. It was later discovered that he was going through a very, very, very difficult divorce
with his wife.
with his wife.
These things affect footballers. You think they're just robots?
Ending of
It
the
affects
season
them.
from April to, I'll say from April to May, like he came back and scored the winning goal essentially.
Yeah.
Eventually against West Ham, like a clutch, like brilliant guy. But between January and something just happened. It was later, this Daily Mail later reported that it was the divorce story about how like difficult it was for him and stuff like that. You know, so it's difficult, guys. And also what people don't realize is also the emotional attachments that we have to homes, especially the houses that you are comfortable in.
Yeah.
That's also another factor that people don't get in. Like that places you stay, you always think about that house, your room, maybe your home office or the back,
The
like
comfort,
something.
the
There's
comfort
comfort, the comfort there or stuff
My
like that.
kids still talk about our house in Ogudu.
In Nigeria,
Yeah.
exactly.
You know, I had to go to Google Maps and use the street view
To show
to
them,
look
Yeah,
at the
to show
house.
yeah,
They were close to tears.
exactly. People don't
Yeah.
understand how like it's
And that's why you see when footballers move, they move with their family members, especially
Yes,
those
no.
from the third world.
those that are
Because it's
married.
not easy.
Yeah,
It's the
Because
whole
Even stubborn
squad.
nation guys. Yes. You can't imagine an 18-year-old boy that was born and bred in Nigeria, and you now say you are moving him to Arsenal in London. His family have to come with
This-
him because
this
how
woman
will
is
he
so
start?
accomplished. She has 2 books that she has authored.
When I read this,
fact-
if you read the comment section of this post, you think
Yeah.
she's just a
She's a housewife who's complaining.
miserable
Bro,
housewife
people don't know
somewhere.
better. People don't know better now.
You know, let me read to you one of the comments made. Someone says, this is Supremo, says, Anna, we get it. You're terrified about swapping Barcelona's son for Chicago winters, stressing over new schools for the girls while packing up the life you built. Super relatable. If you're not a multimillionaire footballer's wife with private jets, fat bank accounts, and an entire Polish diaspora ready to roll out the red carpet in the MLS. Girl, most moms are moving cities for minimum wage jobs with zero safety net and still showing up. Your honesty is cute and all, but this is peak first world athlete wife problems, crying about the next luxury chapter instead of just saying thanks for the ride. Stand by your man, enjoy the deep dish and the bag, and spare us the dramatic journal entry next time. The fear is valid, the volume is hilarious. Chicago will
Jesus
survive
Christ.
you. This is
Also-
somebody with zero empathy.
Zero context.
Zero empathy. I'm
Yeah.
telling you. Zero
I just
empathy.
checked. Yeah.
I've told you this thing, regardless of monetary status, the pain still remains.
Mm-hmm.
But hey,
I just found out something. I think the reason why even Lewandowski moved to Chicago is that Chicago has one of the largest Polish diaspora communities in the world. Apparently, 1.9 million people in Chicago are from Polish descent.
wow.
Because I was thinking,
Damn.
why Chicago? Like normally, you just go to LA or one of these big cities.
Yeah,
like,
would have gone to LA. He's a superstar
Yeah.
footballer.
But I'm sure he's thinking of I want that whole communal feeling also. So
Even from the club's perspective, to getting him also will increase like the fan base in the city. More people in the stadium and stuff
More
like that. So
Polish
it's-
people, yeah.
more
yeah,
Polish
more
people
Polish
now.
people in the stadium.
And you
Yeah,
begin to
so it's also
integrate a lot
beneficial
of
to
people.
them. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a great partnership for both.
Yeah, it now
Yeah.
makes sense.
It makes sense.
I really wanted us to do fan mail today, honestly.
Yeah, but no
But we
time,
can't.
right?
Yeah, we don't time. Well, can we do fan mail next week?
Yeah, let's do for me next week.
Yeah,
We've
definitely.
we've got a lot of fun. Well, not a lot, but like we've got. I think we can start with fan mail, then go into some other things. Yeah.
All right.
Hopefully,
Let's
Nigeria will
do
be on
that
its
next
best behavior next week.
This week in history, guys.
Of course, we're gonna do this week in history now. This week in history. This week in history. This week.
No. Guys. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm
You want us to
sorry.
do the third topic?
No, the Baba Ijesha and his wife at the Ooni of Ife Palace.
Wow.
No.
See, why are you dragging me deep into this? Why?
Okay. Ayo, please give us some backstory. Sorry.
I don't know the backstory. I just saw the story, but everybody who knows
Oh,
Baba
give us the
Ijesha-
Baba Ijesha backstory. That's the backstory.
Okay,
Because some people
he
don't
was a
know the
popular-
story.
Baba Ijesha was a popular comedian, Yoruba actor and comedian. He used to appear in Yoruba movies a lot. And a few years ago, he was convicted for, I don't know the exact charge right now, but improper sexual behavior towards a minor. and the minor happened to stay. It was in the custody of also a very famous comedian, female comedian, Princess. I don't, you can Google her in case you guys don't know her. So this young lady used to stay with Princess, and Princess, the young lady one day opened up to Princess that Baba Ijesha will come around because Baba Ijesha and Princess, as colleagues and whatever in the same industry, he used to come to the house frequently, and the guy used to have certain disturbing behavior towards her. And Princess held and did like an underground investigation where there was like footage and pictures, and that became a whole issue. As we know in Lagos State, one thing Lagos State knows how to do well, despite all the fuckery, is that when it comes to sexual deviant behavior, they're going to give it to you well. And Lagos State followed up with that, and this man was in prison. He received a jail term
He was convicted.
he was convicted actually, and he came out. I think he came out early. Maybe there was a pardon or something. I don't know the specific details about that. Now, instead of you to look for a way to lay low and just and try to integrate yourself by being a very stand-up human being, he has decided to be an idiot. And that idiot is my own personal flavor. A certain lady came out and said, oh, she was pregnant for him. They did this whole razzmatazz, a rollout. It was quite weird. He was dressed like I think even just like the Ooni of Ife in that video. The old razzmatazz. People are trying to calculate in the group that, okay, Baba Ijesha has not been out, he's not been up 9 months. I don't think he has done 9 months post-prison. So how come this lady is pregnant for him? Whatever, that's a mysterious case. Now, apparently, they went to Ile-Ife, the home and headquarters, spiritual headquarters of all Yoruba people across the world. And as we all know,
I mean, and according to
legend or law,
yeah, well, even down to like religious or the history, this is the birthplace of the world, of mankind.
Yeah. According to, if you go to Ife and listen to them, they'll tell you that this is the birthplace of mankind. Yeah. The Ooni of Ife granted them audience, and I think he gave him a chieftaincy title. If I believe, I don't know what he did again. There were two things, but I know he gave them that. And people have a right. People are not asking that, is this right? Like, somebody who has such a solid past or solid history being welcomed into, it's not the Valley of Agungi. We're talking about the Ooni of Ife. When you talk about paramount rulers in Nigeria, like, I remember when King Charles was still Prince Charles, he came to Nigeria. Ooni of Ife was one of the titled, one of the top rulers who went to visit him. And then people are questioning that if he should grant such a person audience and not give him a chieftaincy title. Although we have to say that Baba Ijesha is the one saying this. I don't think the Ooni of Ife has released a statement concerning this. So
thank you very much, Ayo.
Yeah.
All right, like I rightfully stated, right, in summarizing, it was a high-profile case with Baba Ijesha because in April 2021, he was arrested after being accused of sexually assaulting and molesting a 14-year-old girl who was the foster daughter of his colleague, comedian Princess, right? So the incident was reportedly captured on CCTV. We saw some of that CCTV footage. It was released to the public. It sparked massive outrage, across the country. In July 2022, he was found guilty of child defilement and indecent treatment of a child by the Lagos State High Court, and he received a 5-year prison sentence. Now, following an appeal, his conviction for certain older counts was overturned, but his sentence for the 2021 offenses was upheld. He was then released from prison in November 2025 after fully serving his time. The Lagos State Ministry of Justice subsequently clarified that he was not exonerated and remains on the sex offenders register. This is very important to note, right? Now, since his release, this guy has returned to the public eye, recently welcomed a baby boy with his wife, a fashion entrepreneur called Abiodun Tokunbo, right? What people are also saying beyond the Ooni of Ife, or even before that, was that once this guy was released, he was receiving quite an amount of media attention. He was being interviewed by some top interview media platforms in the Nollywood circle. There's a very popular lady who interviews like Nollywood actors and all of that. She also interviewed him as well. She received harsh criticism for platforming, this man and somehow like hearing his own side of the story. And then, in June, just a few weeks ago, he got married to the CEO of this Lumini Couture, right? People, of course, there are pictures
Couture,
everywhere.
indeed.
They tore into her wedding dress that was trapped. I don't want to go into all of that. Anyways, that happened and everything. And since then, they've just been going on a tour. They've just been doing their own thing, etc., etc. For me, remember when I said the scammers are out?
SCAO.
When you say the scammers are out, I need you to understand it's not just about fraudsters. It's not just about people who can make a quick buck with people in the government, blah, blah, blah. When I mean the scammers are out, I mean evil is on parade. This is what I'm trying to explain to you guys.
Blatant display.
Evil is out in your face and there's nothing you can do about it. That is the true meaning of the scammers are out. Because once the top is evil, once the top has been occupied by evil, everything below
has to follow.
It just is given an express entry to do whatever, express entry and express card to do whatever can be done. Because I don't understand how somebody who was convicted for this kind of, crimes, is being welcomed by the Ooni, is being, platformed and,
celebrated.
Do people deserve redemption arc? Yes. Can you do it in private?
Yeah.
If you still remain on sex offenders list, can you do it in private and bow your head in shame for the nonsense you have done? Can you find love? Yes, you're a human being. I believe in, we've said it here, Chris Brown should not be punished for for forever. People should not be, but can you hide your head in shame and continue to live your life like that? Because there's nothing proud, there's nothing fun about. I don't want to be associated with anybody that has been convicted for sexually assaulting a 14-year-old.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't want to be seen with that person.
That crime is too steep for you to, for all this that we are seeing now.
But here's what's happening now. People don't care.
Yeah.
And if the Ooni of Ife doesn't care and I can accept them, it means he has publicly what? He has publicly acknowledged and said that, guys, it's okay. You can be seen with this guy if I can be seen with him.
He's going to do a movie. He's going to be in a major movie. Don't worry.
Yeah, they're going to platform him.
And speaking of the Ooni of Ife, this is the reason why a lot of people have criticized this particular Ooni of Ife. Before this issue, he has been criticized by a lot of Yoruba people that he's not holding that delicate position properly. A lot of criticism has been leveled against him since day one when he ascended the throne. A lot of criticism, and this is just a clear case again of behavior that should not be found with such his royal eminence.
It is what it is. So yeah, that's it, guys. That's all, folks.
Yeah.
This week in history.
Week in history. Let's go.
Let's do it. This week in history, on July 1st, 1959, the first Nigerian currency banknotes were issued. For decades, the currency in circulation had come from the British-run West African Currency Board, a colonial agency shared with Ghana, Sierra Leone, and the Gambia. These notes, the notes it issued were uniform across these territories and tied directly into the British pound sterling. Something like what the French had done in Francophone Africa, Our very good colonial masters in the UK also had that running. But a year before independence, the newly formed Central Bank of Nigeria rolled out the country's first national banknotes as Nigeria began to take charge of its own finances. And as I was reading some time ago, at some point, the Nigerian naira had more value than the US dollar.
Let's not go there. Yeah, 50 kobo. to $1.
Whoa.
Not 1 naira, 50 kobo.
So that happened in 1959. Also, on July 4th, this week in history, July 4th, 1983, The Guardian newspaper began daily publication in Nigeria. It had launched a few months earlier with a Sunday paper, but its shift to a daily quickly set it apart. 1983. Founded by Alex Ebrew and Stanley Maisbo. That's how I'm going to pronounce it. Sorry, guys, if I'm butchering it. The Guardian introduced a more reflective style of journalism. Over time, it became known for its consistency and editorial seriousness. 1983, guys.
Yeah.
And it's still here in 2026.
I have a question though.
That's amazing.
In your house, which newspaper was were you guys reading?
Okay,
so it was bought by your parents.
It was a couple. It was a couple. Oh, you're taking me down, and this is really.
I like this question. Like, were you a Vanguard household or a Punch household? Let's
okay,
go.
Okay. All right. So there was always Punch.
Oh, okay.
There was always Punch. There was the Guardian, right? Yeah. And there was the Vanguard. It was three of them. It was a mixture of three of them. At times it would be two of them. It may be Punch and Vanguard. At times it may be Punch, Vanguard, and Guardian. At times it might be Punch and Guardian. The Guardian was always, to be honest, I saw the Guardian more on the weekends.
For real? Oh, okay.
Yes, I saw the Guardian more on the weekends. And of course, there was always Tell.
Oh, that was standard. That one was definitely weekly. Yeah.
But the newspaper, then at some point as well, and this is when I was younger, there was the Concord. Concord newspaper was always featured. I think post that time then, we now started seeing more of like Punch. But Punch was like Punch.
No.
Then Vanguard.
No, in my own household, because Momsy used to do the crossword puzzles a lot. So when she's coming back from office, she already has a copy of Vanguard. So we were a Vanguard house Monday to Friday. But Saturday, Sunday, Punch, Vanguard, Concord. It goes like that. Guardian was very rare in our house. Very, very rare. Yeah, but Concord, Punch, Vanguard weekends. But from Monday to Friday, it was Vanguard. All the way through.
Wow.
I don't know. I just have a lot more memory of Guardian than any other newspaper.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Amazing.
For some reason, I always saw Guardian as very elite. Like this is,
Yeah.
Vanguard was
even
more
the texture of the paper.
Even the texture of the paper. Even
it was more white.
Prints in the theme of the paper. Yeah.
The design was a bit more, slicker.
Yeah, I've always had I have more memory of the Guardian newspaper.
Vanguard and Punch were like pro masses, the masses face. Guardian was more reserved, conservative, stuff like that.
True.
You know what? I'm happy I worked in a newsroom.
At least we saw it before it died.
I'm happy I worked in a not a digital newsroom. I'm happy I worked in a print
newsroom. In a newspaper. Yeah.
I'll tell you, it's a bit different.
Yeah, very.
Is.
I'm happy I also worked in a digital newsroom. I'm happy, to be honest, I think I am very opportune, right? I'm lucky to have worked to have done both
traditional and digital media.
Yeah. And the feeling is very different, and I enjoyed it. I'll never trade it for anything else. Okay, this week in history, Muda Lawal dies in Ibadan at the age of 37. Once a mechanic, he became one of Nigeria's most respected midfielders. He played in 5 consecutive AFCON tournaments, helped Nigeria win its first title in 1980, and was part of the team at the Moscow Olympics. At club level, he started for Shooting Stars and later returned as a player coach. His death shocked the football world, and a stadium in Abeokuta now bears his name. Muda Lawal.
Those are the mythical names we grew up with.
Yeah. And this week in history on July 6th as well, 1967 though, the Nigerian Civil War officially began. That morning, Nigerian troops launched their first attack on Biafra territory in response to the Eastern Region's declaration of independence on May 30. The invasion marked the start of a bitter conflict that lasted 2.5 years, driven by disputes over territory, political authority, and national unity. By the time the war ended in 1970, millions had died, most of them civilians. What do we say about the Civil War? Think about war lasting 2.5 years. It's no joke. Do you know what 2.5 years is of your life?
Bro, ordinary October 20 for 24 hours. We know you saw the trauma in that 2.5 years, bro.
2.5 years, poor communication, little to no communication. It's not fun.
On all sides, though, I maybe the north, because I don't know what happened in the north, but basically on both sides of this thing, it took a lot of toll on people, and the people who were caught in between, the Southerners too. You know, they were really caught in between the whole war.
Of course,
it took a toll on everybody.
Of course. That was This Week in History, guys. Thank you so much for listening to This Week in History. You can get more of that on archiving. Yes, archiving. They gave you everything that comes to Nigerian history. If you're interested in Nigerian history, you should be on that website all the time. Archiving, check our website out. It's archivi.ng. I love what the guys at archiving are doing. It's so selfless, man.
Yeah, and they started a election series, you know, heading towards next year's election. So you guys be on that.
Jesus Christ. Election is next year.
Election is next year,
good.
bro. February.
Like I said, some people that are living today and breathing air are going to die during the elections.
Oh, it's already guaranteed. It's guaranteed already.
Is there a way we can prevent it? Do you understand what I'm saying? Do human beings realize that, elections is coming, people have always died. This year, I'll try not to die. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Can I predetermine now that people are going to die next year in the election and it will happen?
It's Nigerian elections for you. So
do you understand what I'm saying, guys? But do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, I get
we
it.
know people like everybody knows people are going to die, but nobody is going to stop it from happening.
Because the people who are involved cannot pull out from it now. They need the elections for what it is. So
yeah, I don't get it too.
But anyways, get your PVCs, guys.
Get your PVCs. You gotta vote though. You gotta vote. Go and vote for who you believe in. And please do your research. Thank you very much. As for me and my friends over here, to be honest,
this is why we need voting in we need diaspora voting, please. We need it. But diaspora voting.
What you mean diaspora voting? You don't want
I don't
to
mean
go
Chad. I don't mean Nigeria.
No, it's diaspora voting too. Nigeria Republic is that.
Yeah, because that's the loophole. That's the loophole. You have to understand that's the loophole too.
And you know the diaspora voting you're talking about, you're making it look like people in the diaspora are not happy with what's happening, are not happy with the incumbent. You'll be very surprised.
It will shock you. You'll be surprised. UK boys. I don't trust them. They're very
You'll be very surprised how okay they are because you
never see anything.
Aren't they the people that do you think they don't have city boy affiliation everywhere?
You did now. Texas chapter of City Boys. They did now.
My brother, we'll catch you guys on the next episode. Thank you so much for listening and rocking with us. As for now, me and myself and my friends and my family, we can't kill ourselves.
Can't kill ourselves.
We can't kill ourselves.
Doctor.
Catch you guys on the next episode, man. We out.
I can't kill myself.
You're now listening to Loose Talk.
When you work for me, I go do the one that's happy, I go do the one with the work for me. With the work for me. You know, say I can't keep myself I go do the one where I sabi, and I go cut another man, cut according to myself, and I go cross road with them, put as I dance for light, As you can see, not the man you can see, I know they send nobody, or do maybe, I did do my thing, I did mind my business, they go. Only for was finally market, shop, I can't ruin my plans, But they don't know, see me, I'm starving and deep. Only for one know what I do. Shabale, you give them what they have a job. But I know they put my fault in them nose and but I don't know why, yo. If I do this, they go say that, oh. If I say that, they go do this, oh. Anything I do, they punish, oh. Oh, now they enter my pee-pee, so. If I do this, they go say that, oh. If I say this, they go do that, oh. Oh, now what's got my plan, so. I can't kill myself, oh. Automatic when you work for me, oh. I go do the one that serve me, oh. I go do the one where they work for me. Where they work for me. You know, say I can't keep myself, oh.
What's the plan, though? Tell me what's your angle. Made a couple jams, now they calling me the man, bro. Made it with my gang, so they couldn't understand. Show in for the stars, there's no telling where you land, though. All happened suddenly, old school the bench flow. Now it's palm wine, that's the sound they demand, bro. Babes want they move and the boys on they booze. Cause the party done they groove like it's Sunday on they boo goes.
Here in Lagos, you know, problem no they finish. We all wanna pop, so I stay on the spinach. But life's a marathon, gotta pace yourself to win it. And faith in God is key to knocking doors off the hinges. Cause my health is my wealth, I can't kill myself. Play the cards I'm dealt to sell market like my 12. Flows like the ocean, you might find pearls. Oxy, tell them
I can't kill myself, oh.
Global Village.